get the stove started. The show started. The show started.
We are live in Los Angeles. 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday, Klein Alley Show. Back in your ear holes where we belong. Or if you prefer, you can check us out as we are streaming live right now on YouTube as well. Hello, Net Bangers, and good morning. There's a whole separate chat happening there. Feel free to join the growing audience of whatever the hell this is every morning for the next, I don't know, what do we have, 5 hours left, 4 hours left, summer hours rolling on. Today is going to be a big day, a major announcement that happens to fall on a Taco Tuesday that we believe could potentially save Los Angeles right now more than ever before. We'll get to that coming up a little bit later and everything else we have in store for you. Allie's right there. Good morning.
Morning.
That is DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper. Hello. You know him as Jake Z Nerd. Postmaster Johnny taking them calls in the back with producer Vanessa at 800-520-1067. I think there's one question on everyone's mind these days, Allie, and that question is something that you guys gave me a very hard time about when I mentioned it. Was it last week? It was, on Friday. I was claiming, I mentioned that shrimp is a treat.
That was during Allie Knows the News on Friday, $500 Friday.
And you guys said it was a misleading question because
You said this treat was recalled.
Right, and the answer was shrimp, and everyone gave me a hard time and said shrimp is not a treat. So we said, let's go and figure out in some street science if the streets will agree or disagree that shrimp, especially in the summertime, is a treat.
Especially when you say shrimp.
Because
especially during the summertime, really?
Especially when it can spoil really quickly.
Oh.
Yeah, shrimp.
I don't want any part of shrimp right now, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Tepid shellfish is a summer treat.
Anything that would live on a seafood tower is a treat. That's a treat. And I don't know if you guys don't understand what a treat means, but according to my dog, if you yell it and they come running and they like it, it's a treat.
Your only common ground is with your dog. Think about that. Everyone else thinks of a treat as like a cookie or a piece of cake or pie.
Allie, when you were trying to defend this Jeremy Jackson nonsense you were saying.
Joshua Jackson. You put respect on his name.
We said, let's go into the streets and find out if 9 out of 10 people know who Joshua Jackson is. And it turned out 0 out of 10 people knew who Joshua Jackson was.
I was shocked about that.
So we sent Jake into the streets to find out if people thought that shrimp should be considered a treat. And we'll get to this later, and the street will decide who's right and who's wrong. But here's just a sample.
What's your name?
Eddie.
Eddie from where?
Sun Valley.
What would you consider a treat?
Chocolate truffles.
There you
would
go.
you consider shrimp a treat?
Yeah, actually, I would.
Yes.
Okay.
How come?
They're good. It's not something you find at McDonald's, Jack in the Box, or Burger King.
So there's no treats at Jack in the Box or Burger King?
Not really.
Well, I don't disagree with that statement.
Come on.
But, that's just one random...
Because you can't find it at McDonald's?
Because a treat, it's a special occasion. It's a treat. This show is a treat.
Shrimp is not a special occasion. It's a whatever. I guess I'll have the shrimp.
Yeah, we'll throw this in.
No way. You guys are out of your mind. I can't even believe I'm talking to these idiots this morning. It's KROQ. blowout continues, and we will have pairs for you starting around 9 o'clock and then 10 o'clock this morning. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this yet, but at 9 a.m., look at that. We do have Linkin Park tickets for you. 9 a.m. sharp, and then we'll get you some 21 Pilots tickets at 10. Nicole Alvarez will get you some Lord tickets at 11. And every hour, all day long, straight up through 6 p.m., you can win tickets to all sorts of shows happening right here in Southern California. Dan, good morning and welcome to KROQ. Phone's open now, 800-520-1067. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, remind me to never go to Klein's house on Halloween night if he considers shrimp to be a treat.
I would love that. Don't come to my house, but I'll say if I'm knocking on doors and my kids are getting little Tootsie Rolls all night and then someone hands me a nice shrimp platter, man, that'd be amazing. They should.
A whole raw shrimp platter.
Well, not a whole platter. They say take one, but...
If someone popped a couple of popcorn shrimp in my bag, I'd be happy about that. But Klein, the definition of a treat is a type of food that is eaten in addition to your usual meals, usually something sweet.
Well, that's why the text line is pointing out a very interesting point, which is shrimp is only a treat depending on how it is prepared. Like popcorn shrimp would be considered a treat, someone said, or bacon wrapped shrimp would be considered a treat. This is the text line says shrimp has the potential to be a treat, but it would not necessarily fall.
That's not the same as being a treat. Anything has the potential.
Allie, if there is a song about it, it's a treat. Shrimp! Shrimp! Shrimp!
Is that song about you?
Shrimp! That's our friend.
I love the lyrics.
That's our friend. That's our friends Wolves of Glendale. They know about shrimp. This is one of their most epic.
What do they know? They just scream the word shrimp. That's it.
They're not even saying an opinion about it.
Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't need an opinion.
That's the entire song.
That's it. But the point is, they know it's a treat. They don't need any more to it. It's a treat. It's shrimp. Thank you.
Actually, I was listening to a snippet of their podcast, The Wolves of Glendale, and they got into a big discussion about shrimp versus chicken and which one was better.
Shrimp.
And I think everyone was trashing the shrimp guy.
Well, once again, I don't want to be known as the defender of all things shrimp.
Shut up, shrimp guy.
All right. Thank you.
You're the shrimp guy on the show.
I know. I think especially with your height, you should abandon this argument. 562 said shrimp is only a treat if you can add it to a michelada.
And you can. And I've had it in a Bloody Mary before, and it's made the Bloody Mary next level because I go, wow, that was a great already. And then there's strips of bacon. Would you call a strip of bacon a treat?
No.
Well, you're wrong. You're also wrong.
I think of treats as desserts.
See, it's because you're a woman.
Snacks.
That's
By the way, they have to be standalone. Like just because you have Bloody Mary and then you add shrimp, that doesn't work.
Yeah, Omar's right. When you have a shrimp by itself, it's whatever. If you coat it in breadcrumbs, if you douse it in cocktail sauce, all that stuff is what makes the shrimp yummy. I would rather have the cocktail sauce by itself.
Okay. Well, you're wrong. And the street, I'll play these later. Jake went and talked. How many people did you talk to yesterday, Jake? 20 people?
Oh, a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to this all later, but I'm just saying everyone has their opinion.
What's your name?
Cole.
Cole from where?
Cole from Burbank.
Cole, what do you consider a treat?
Little brownie. Little, brownies you get at, Smart and Final.
Would you consider shrimp a treat?
Yeah, I would.
See?
Okay.
No, everybody has the same reaction. They're like, yeah, I guess.
They would also,
they're not really top of mind, but I guess now that you bring it up.
They could also say no. But
Jake just said you're selectively playing the yeses.
I'm playing the files in order. I'm playing
you son of a bitch. Allie, go look in there.
Here's another one.
What's your name? Name's Nate. Sorry? Nate. Nate from where? Nate from Canyon Country. What would you consider a treat? Could be a pastry, could be a snack, something that
a guy. Oh, where's Vanessa? No. Okay.
Like you, sir.
Where's your Vanessa's clip?
Could be a pastry, could be a snack, something that
Hey, thank you, Vanessa. That's right.
Treat yourself. Would you consider shrimp a treat? Maybe. Yeah. I'm not a seafarer, so maybe. I mean, otherwise it's just shrimp.
Okay, whatever, dude. We'll get to it later. The first
guy's a meat eater,
The first 10 people, I bet you sausage is a treat in that guy's world for sure. How would you like an easy $100 of Allie's money? All you got to do is get on the phones right now. 800-520-1067. And by the way, Allie's not reading them, selective reading of the text line, but I'm looking at it now, and there's a lot of Klein's right.
There are Joshua Jackson yeses in there, aren't there?
No, shrimp's a
You're lying. lying to
Shrimp's a
me.
treat.
You only played the nose.
This is about shrimp now. We've moved on.
God damn it.
Our boring conversations have moved on from Joshua Jackson to shrimp. That's the show you've got in store for you today. And we will give you $100 of Allie's money if you want it. Call now. We'll give it to you next on KROQ.
Ladies and gentlemen,
KROQ.
no down payment, no monthly fees, just questionable decisions and a whole lot of wristbands on a KROQ summer ticket blowout. Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win your way into the hottest KROQ shows, including My Chemical Romance at Dodger Stadium July 27th. Linkin Park at Intuit Dome September 13th.
Let you cut me open just to watch me bend. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
The Offspring at Kia Forum August 29th.
With 1,000 eyes in a good day's strength, I got a bad headache.
Incubus at the Intuit Dome October 4th. Blink-182 at Acrisure Arena October 5th. And more. A different show every hour on a KROQ summer ticket blowout. Courtesy of Live Nation.
Win tickets all this week on the world famous KROQ.
The success.
Warning, the following content may not be appropriate for all audiences. It definitely will not be visually appropriate, so if you are easily disturbed or perhaps you're in the middle of eating breakfast, I would not go to YouTube right now.
I would highly recommend going to YouTube right now.
Not checking out KROQ's live stream there, but you can listen as Allie shares with you some very intimate medical details about her body.
Klein, what is the best female body part of all time? What is the most searched term?
The brain.
No, come on. I know what your answer is. Just say it. Just, guys, stop. Stop pretending you care about our brains and hearts.
Guys, it's the window to the soul.
It's the tetas.
Allie, how dare you?
The boobies. The calcium cannons, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of names for the mammaries.
I think men and women would agree that by far female breasts are one of, if not the greatest thing on the planet.
I mean, even gay guys. They love to look at them, motorboat them, play with them. I love playing with them.
Yep.
It's great.
Play with your own, play with other people.
Oh, my God. Sharing is caring.
Girls like to touch each other's.
So a doctor said that they would like to take an in-depth look at my breasts, my right one specifically, because of some... What is that sound you're making?
I thought that was in my head.
No, you said that out loud.
Oh. Is that the wonky one?
No.
Sorry.
Well, they're both wonky for different reasons. Great question, Jake. But the
Wait,
right
is the
one...
doctor taking a look? Because is there like a freak show aspect to this? Or
this is, well, there was a phone call made in the room to another person.
He loves oddities. He's a big...
Come see the freaks! So,
This is Dr. Death. Hi, Dr. Death here. Welcome to my tent. Let's look at these oddities. Here's wonky boobs.
So I said, yes, of course. And it's my right one. It's my bigger one. And I said, no problem. They were going to do an ultrasound and take a real 360 view of the inside of my boob to see if everything was okay. And so I went in and
that's a cool image. I mean, you
oh
have
my
that.
God, I've never seen the inside of my boob before.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Such a fan of the outside. I never even thought about the inside.
I know. And so I get there. I've never been to this department, by the way, the breast department.
Whoa.
They have a whole department.
Is there like a wing at the hospital that's labeled the breast department?
Yes. There's a room called the breast department.
I'm going to steal that sign.
And then you walk in and then they check you in and then they take you from the regular waiting room to another smaller waiting room and they say, okay, there's a little dressing room in here. Get undressed from the waist up. And you know how those gowns always open up in the back?
Yes,
They said turn it the other way so that it's open in the front.
Oh, nice.
And then go to the waiting room. I'm like, so I'm just open.
You're ready to go.
Pretty much, ready to go for anyone to take pictures and looky out in the waiting room. So can you stop with the sounds?
What sound?
You're making those vocally.
I am?
Yes.
I swear to God, it's in my head every time.
So I go to the waiting room, and I'm not alone. There's a lot of other women in there, mostly older women. Put it this way, Nobody was on their phones in the waiting rooms, and everybody was reading the magazines. So I was, not in my comfort zone. And on the walls are all of these, like, motivational, like, hey, survivor, everything's cool, you're gonna be great, and you're a woman warrior and all this stuff. And I was like, oh man, this is a very weird experience. So I get brought in, they have me lay down on the table, they say take your right arm out of the gown and then lay your arm up like Titanic style, like someone's gonna take a nice hot picture of you.
That's not the pose you're doing does not match the words you're saying.
This is Titanic style.
No, you said that's a hot picture.
Yeah,
you think that's a hot picture pose you're doing?
Yes, because you get the silhouette
of
the breast.
You're trying to show full everything.
Yeah,
side,
front, everything.
Yep,
and they're stop it.
That's going on in your head. Now you're thinking that too.
So they start putting splooge all over my boob.
It's definitely not called splooge.
And they have the splooge in the breast department.
Right.
So she starts going over every inch of my boob and showing me the different areas and of all the tissue inside. And then she starts going, and she's just not able to find what she's looking for. And then she goes, hold on a minute, and has to like check my chart again and figure out what she's supposed to be looking for, and goes back.
It's on the wrong boob.
This took like 10 minutes, to the point, guys, where I think she was indulging a little bit.
Oh, you think she was lingering?
I think she was.
Sure.
I mean, if she was going over the same areas over and over again.
It's so funny you say that, because 626 texted before the story even began. Now what? The X-ray tech touched Allie's boob, and she's going to claim she got hit on, and he really wanted her?
I'm just saying, all the other women were in and out really quickly, and for some reason this took like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Then I said, is everything okay? Because it's taken a while. And she goes, yeah, it's fine. I'm just... we're going to go over these results with the doctor now. I'm going to make a phone call. There's a little phone in the room. And I'm like, how serious is this now that you have to make a phone call to the doctor in person? And she goes, okay, yeah, here's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'll tell her, I'll let her know. Hangs up and goes, so the results are inconclusive because we just don't know your breasts well enough yet. And what we need to do is we have to have exams more frequently.
Did you not tell them your boobykins?
So that we can get to know your breasts and know if this is just what they are supposed to look like or if this is some kind of anomaly.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so they gave us. I was able to take a picture.
Hold this picture. Show the people enjoying on YouTube right now. Well,
this is the medical version of my boob.
Wow, you got good looking. What are those? X-ray
good shape,
boobies?
right?
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, I think so too. This is again just the right one, and comparatively, I think individually my boobs are really great. Together, they don't make a lot of sense.
No,
it just seems like there's one boob that should be on one person, another boob that should be on another person.
Whenever you see a couple and you go, "How are they together as a couple?" It doesn't make sense to me. That's like Allie's breasts. But in this particular picture, the one you're showing right now,
this is my best angle. Who knew?
Who knew your best angle was internal? That is. All right, well, that's good. It's a good story, Allie.
So I think I'm okay, guys. If anyone was wondering,
it's a minor miracle. Someone said, "Apply this kill switch we've been talking about to Allie." All right, we can't do that. our Klein Alley show. It's an opportunity for you to become $100 richer of Allie's money. She puts it on the line every single morning to prove she knows more about the news than you do. However, to date, she's paid thousands of dollars to people just for calling in and putting her in her place. And if you'd like to be one of those people, I hope you're on the phone now at 800-520-1067. Lots of stuff to give you today, but we start by making it easy with $100 of Allie's money. And a theme song, Allie, that should put you in the right frame of mind.
Oh,
this is
joy.
a brand new Allie Knows the News theme song left on the GOAT line in the overnight. Here we go.
Pop, pop, itty bitty ditty, and Shaquille O'Neal have small penises. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. What's a succulent?
What's a succulent? Good question. We'll find out. It's 5 questions all about the news. Theme songs, if you are inspired during the day and you're bored and like to leave them, you can always leave them on the GOAT line. That number is 844-956-GOAT.
Yeah, if you were inspired by that and you think you can do better, please do call.
Good luck topping that. There's been over 1,000 custom theme songs that have been recorded for Allie Knows the News, and they're all equally crappy. Hey, David, Echo Park, good morning.
Woo! What's up, everyone? Sweet knockers.
Sweet knockers to you, good sir. Allie will leave the KROQ studios and go ahead and sequester herself in the halls where she will not hear the show. You get to go first. Please answer these questions quickly, confidently, and accurately so that we can pay the people. That is your cue, and the door is closed, which means your round can officially begin. Here we go.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, Shohei Ohtani made his Dodgers pitching debut last night. How many strikeouts did Shohei have?
5.
Question number 2. This flavor syrup is heading back to Starbucks for the first time in over 2 years. They're bringing back this flavor syrup. What is it?
Vanilla bean?
Vanilla bean. Go to question number 3. After a deadly crash, this freeway was shut down in California, in L.A. for much of the morning. I think it just finally opened again, but which freeway was shut down?
That would be the 101.
Question number 4. This major food brand has committed to eliminating all chemical dyes from their products over the next 2 years. Which food brand has said there will be no more chemicals in our food?
Crap. It's maybe some cereal company. Who makes cereals? That person.
Whoever makes cereal, that person. All right, that's a great answer. And finally, Amazon is getting everyone ready for Prime Day by giving away free what? Leading up to Prime Day, Amazon is giving away free what?
Free movie on Amazon Prime.
All right. That's a good guess. Let's bring Allie in. We'll score it together. See how you do. If you're up for the free money every single morning, all you got to do is be on the phone around this time to take Allie's cash. And, of course, study up all week, because if she doesn't pay the people during the week, then you better believe it'll be a $500 Friday yet again. Here we go, Allie. Question number 1. Shohei had his Dodgers pitching debut last night. How many strikeouts did he throw?
I believe he threw 0, Klein.
Total of 0 batters. He didn't pitch for very long. They pulled him pretty quickly. And, you know, no one hates the Padres more than me.
Yeah, but
they tried to sabotage my career, so I wanted nothing more than for him to strike out at all those mother effers.
But I think you won $20.
I did win $20 from a listener because I predicted he would throw for under 5.5 strikeouts. I think the official Vegas line was 1.5 strikeouts. He threw for a total of 0 strikeouts. Allie gets the point, and this guy guessed 5.5 or whatever, 5. He does not. We go to question number 2. Allie's up 1-0. This flavor syrup, which some would argue is a treat, is back on the back at Starbucks for the first time in over 2 years.
Yeah, this is a treat. It's raspberry.
Oh, you did know? I figured you basic bitch would have known that. That is correct. Raspberry syrup. He guessed it was French vanilla or something, but that's been around for a while.
I guess raspberry.
Yeah, well, you didn't say raspberry, though.
Dang it.
Are you trying to tell me what you said 5 seconds ago? Like I can't remember. Question number 3. Allie's up 2-0. After a deadly crash, this freeway in L.A. was shut down for much of Tuesday morning. Which freeway?
That would be the 101.
101 is absolutely correct. I believe it was a both direction shutdown. You got that right as well. He's on the board. Allie's up 3-1. We go to question number 4. Still a chance for at least a tie. This major food brand has committed to eliminating all chemical dyes over the next 2 years.
Yeah, what is that? Nabisco? I don't know if that's right.
He said the guy that makes cereal, which was a great guess.
Well, there is probably a guy that makes all the cereal.
It is all products that fall under the Kraft Heinz brands, which include the mac and cheeses and a million other things. And they said no more chemicals, at least in the dyes. They're going to eliminate that part of it.
I was close.
You were close-ish. I'll give you the point.
The guy
it won't
that
matter.
makes cereal, and it's the people who make mac and cheese?
All right, you know what? He's right. Good point, sir.
What the hell?
Final question. Amazon's getting everyone ready for Prime Day by giving away free what leading up to Prime Day?
I
know you love this. El Cheapo.
They're probably giving away Kindles.
Oh, you think they're giving away free Kindles?
I mean, they're so useless at this point.
He said they're giving away free movies. Apparently, you can. I didn't realize this, but there's a lot of games that they offer that you pay for, but they're giving away free games. Free,
like solitaire?
No, like video games, whatever, through Amazon, through Prime. There's
they have
games.
like original video
Yeah, they've
games?
I guess free games leading up to Prime. No one gets the point. Well, Allie still beats you. What must you shamefully admit as she holds her money for now?
My name's David, and Allie knows the news.
The 424 says, "Boo! This guy stinks." What do you want to say? What do you want to say to 424?
424, you stink, bro.
All right, fighting words.
Hilarious.
Fighting words. Let you guys battle it out off the air. The show, believe it or not, continues, and now we are inching closer and closer to your $500 Fridays for some Allie Knows the News action. K-Rock. like to win yourself a cabana for 4, Wild Rivers Water Park, with $100 to spend on food and beverages. All you need to do to win that is share with us what you believe should be a new pool rule for the year 2025, because I was looking at every time you go to any pool, public, hotel, whatever, maybe not backyard, because backyard you kind of get to write your own rules, which is kind of cool about a backyard pool. You don't want to. You want to
the
go
Wild West.
You want to go naked. You want to swim 25 minutes after eating instead of 30. You go nuts.
You want to eat in the pool. It doesn't matter.
But there are certain pool rules that I do feel no longer need to be enforced, and other pool rules that we should have that we don't have. For instance, if you're an adult swimming in a T-shirt, you should understand you're making everybody else uncomfortable.
So you're going to ban T-shirts in the pool?
I think that if you're an adult that has like a weird skin condition that's uncomfortable, you should wear a wetsuit maybe. But if you're wearing just a T-shirt, it just, I'm telling you right now, it makes people, it makes everyone feel weird.
My brother-in-law has, and I sometimes he's listening, so I hope he's not listening. He has some sort of weird tattoo that nobody's ever seen. It could be 1,000 degrees out. We're all in the pool. He won't get in.
Really?
And he'll just be wearing a white shirt. It is weird, and Klein is right. Everybody's like, dude,
uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
And
like, we don't care, you know?
I've got the official like pool rule sign that goes at most pools, and most of these rules, I mean, we've all seen them a million times. I don't think we follow a lot of them, but no lifeguard on duty, swim at your own risk. That's just covers their ass legally.
Yeah, whatever.
Shower before entering the pool. That is a rule that
Nobody does it.
Everyone wants to shower afterwards to get all the kid pee off of them, but
or the chlorine.
Right.
Guys, the pool is the shower.
Right.
No.
Yes, it is.
That's gross out.
And then if you want to really seal the deal, you get in the hot tub after, and it just kills everything. So you're done.
That's what you hope for. And if you see that person who's going around and like adding the chemicals where they hold it up to the light and they're looking at like, oh look, it makes purple.
I do that.
Yeah, whatever that person. I like to get right near that person, swim right near those new chemicals. Get the new ones
on
on
that
me.
fresh chlorine.
That's very
pot.
dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like acid. They're pouring acid and chlorine. Right? You shouldn't get into that.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, when you get that like red eye thing because of all the chlorine, it's cleaning you.
They say no glass near the pool. That's
I agree with that because it's a huge pain in the ass. If somebody breaks the glass, you have to drain the pool and vacuum it out. It sucks.
And they've made plenty of adjustments with being able to drink alcoholic beverages that are not in glass containers.
Yes.
Like there's a million things you can buy.
Yeah, but still.
To drink wine or drink, by the pool without having it be glass.
A beer in a glass, a frosty mug, or in a glass bottle just tastes better. It just
Get
does.
one of your red Solo cups that you love so much.
Nah, it gets warm too quickly. You got
Get a koozie, dude.
Oh, just get a can, dude.
Koozie,
With
man.
one of those koozies, yeah.
Get a koozie like Jake that says like one of those things like "I wish you were her" or sort of those stupid.
I wish you were
one of those stupid like hillbilly expressions.
I wish you were beer.
Any alive woman.
Right. These are the actual pool rules that exist. We'd like you to give us some new ones. Our favorite new pool rule, regardless of what it is, we'll get some tickets to go to Wild Rivers and a cabana and $100 for food and beverage. Children under the age of 14 years old shall not use the pool without a parent or adult guardian
Dude,
in
nobody
attendance.
does that either. I see kids that are definitely younger than that, unsupervised.
A lot of parents use the pool as their babysitter.
Yeah, it's a bath and a babysitter.
Right. Done and done.
It's a lot of different things.
And then there's the, no rough play, no diving. I mean, all that crap.
Everyone's diving. You just have to dive properly. Here's a rule I would like to add.
Go ahead.
If you're with that guy who swims with goggles or a snorkel,
yes,
there needs to be a child that you're with. You can't just be an adult man with like a snorkel and goggles.
Very pervy, right?
I
And
like goggles.
See, but then they should say
No, but the snorkel and the goggles is problematic.
You're up to no good if you're just a man in the pool.
Just goggles.
I'll put it this way: if there's no fish swimming and you've got snorkels on, you're a pervert.
There's no reason to be able to see.
Rings.
They should give you. They should give you one of those life vests to wear if you're an adult and you still want the snorkel that just says "pervert" on it in huge letters on the back, so people know what they're dealing with.
I would also say that there should not be any excessive chair dragging. I don't want anyone to drag a chair more than 5 feet because you have people that are going to take the entire setup from one side of the pool and drag that crap all the way across to the other side so you can create some kind of big compound for you and your family.
Well, yeah, I know.
At least pick it up.
Right, I get it. But then even picking it up, that's a funny thing to carry. Watching one person try to carry a lounger chair is always
just like hobbled
it's a funny
around,
move.
yeah.
Michelle, we're opening this up to you guys now at 800-520-1067. We need some new pool rules. Summer officially starts on Saturday. But the question is, which pool rules should we be adding to the list that we've all seen for all of our entire life? It's pretty much gone unchanged. What's up?
Dude, no Band-Aids in the pool.
Oh, man.
That's tough.
Open wounds, I'll take all day over Band-Aids. She's right.
No one needs a soggy scab in the pool.
Yeah, those Band-Aids, they like float around. You end up, sometimes you come up, there's one on your head.
So you'd rather have an open wound that's potentially bleeding into the pool?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the chlorine is for.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah,
it is a first aid kit and a bath.
Yeah, it does everything.
And
the pool
a babysitter.
Pool is the cure-all. Remember, like,
And
back in
bathroom, don't forget about that.
Oh, yeah.
Back in like the 1800s, they just put a leech on you for all problems. Here's a leech that'll solve whatever you have. It's like I have a broken femur. Put a leech on it.
Leech won't come off in the pool.
Same thing with the pool now. The
I
pool
would
is
say if you're over 300 pounds, you have to go off the diving board.
Just because it's funny?
Yeah, everybody wants to see the splash.
Jake, that's a good rule.
And you need to wear a shirt and a snorkel.
That's a great rule. That's how you must enter the pool if you're north of 300. Is diving board and high dive.
Get off the steps. Get over there.
Diving
rules
board.
are rules.
Like,
Read there, fat boy.
Read the sign. A Felicia on K-Rock. We're looking for some new pool rules up for grabs. We've got a cabana and 4 tickets to go to Wild Rivers. Plus, we'll give you $100 food and beverage. What's up?
Hey guys, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs. What is your new pool rule?
2 giant floaty limit for families. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to our apartment pool, and there's family with like 4 or 5 kids, and they all have giant floaties, and so you can't even swim in the pool.
That's a great point. A floaty limit. Some pools have a no floaty limit at all. But others, I agree. You don't need 1 floaty per person.
No, and sometimes they are like comically large. The floaties are like, or there's like a huge submarine one or a dinosaur one, and it's just massive.
I have a concept. We'll get to Brian in a second. But what if you're going to play catch in the pool with a football or a tennis ball, you have to first be vetted by playing catch outside the pool.
Oh, that is great.
By someone to confirm that you have enough athletic ability to even like be worthy of playing catch in the pool.
Yeah, because then you have to get in and out, out, or it's going to go fly over into my direction and splash me in the face.
Brian, you're on K-Rock. We're looking for new pool rules for the year 2025. Summer officially starts on Saturday. What's up?
Yeah, I think you keep like a rule like no splashing, but if you get splashed, you can't get mad. You're in a damn pool.
Yeah, I agree. There is. I also hate getting splashed unexpectedly. But if I am by a pool that is full of people, I need to understand the fact that it's not like you're in the middle of. You're not like on a golf course and you get splashed unexpectedly. You're like by a giant thing of water. You expect to get splashed.
No, but I'm not ready.
Oh, Allie, see, that's the problem. I agree with that guy.
I also would say that there should be a 2-minute limit on like easing into the pool. You know how people ease in?
Yeah. 2 minutes, you got to get in?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be easy for the fat people on the diving board. They jump right in. Hey, Erica, go ahead. You're on K-Rock. New pool rules. What's up?
So when you're in a lazy river and you've got the group of people who all link up, they're grabbing each other's hands, their feet, and then they cause this big roadblock in the lazy river and you can't get around them, so it's just a big traffic jam. You should not be able to link up.
It's very specific.
No linking up in the lazy river that blocks the others from using the lazy river. That's a valid point right there, I think.
It's good for Wild Rivers.
Matt, good morning. You're on K-Rock. We're looking for new pool rules to add to the ones that we've seen forever. And by the way, this no diarrhea rule that's usually hanging on the sign, mostly by the hot tub, it says if you've had diarrhea, if you currently have it or have had it any time in the past like 2 weeks, don't go in the hot tub. That rule, I think, is a good rule that people should live by, but no one's going to listen to it anyway. And no one wants to read about diarrhea.
If you have active diarrhea, I would imagine playing at the pool is something you're not really thinking about in that moment.
I like to live dangerously.
Yeah, some people like it.
I mean, Jake would never be able to go swimming.
That's a good point. Jake's never gone 2 weeks in his life without active diarrhea.
It's nice. Go in the river.
Hey,
with the fishies.
Matt, you're on K-Rock. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
What's up? What's your new pool rule?
Well, I'm thinking no snot rockets. It seems like when you go into a pool, sometimes the first thing people do is they just like dunk their head in and then boom, snot rocket comes out.
Yeah, no snot rockets should be added to the list for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I think kids can't help it, though.
It's
like
not
the
just
snotty kids.
It's adults, though, too, dude.
I've never seen an adult do it.
I've seen adults do it.
It's the first way of them like clearing out there, like, I'm going for a little swim. Let me just go ahead and blow this snot rocket right in the
Women
pool.
do it more subtly, but everyone is doing it.
Yeah, I've had snot rockets float near me. Juan Carlos, good morning. Your pool rule 2025. What's up?
Good morning, Sweet Dibs, Net Bangers.
Sweet Dibs, what's up, dude?
My new pool rule is going to be no cheating wives allowed.
Oh, this is a guy whose wife cheated on him. It's fresh. No cheating wives allowed by the pool. That's a good rule. We should.
That applies to everybody.
That's a good rule as well.
Even that 300-pound guy.
Mouth-to-mouth CPR. Mouth-to-mouth CPR will only be given if you don't have one of those weird jewel baby teeth. That's an interesting rule as well. If you need that mouth-to-mouth CPR, you got to make sure your mouth is not all gangly.
Get out of here. You're not allowed to be here.
That's a good
baby
rule.
tooth.
Ashley, we got to wrap this up, but we got to give away this cabana. So what do you got for us?
Please wear the right size bathing suit. No one needs to see butt crack. No one. That's not the thing to do.
And some people do the butt crack intentionally. It's in right now. Butt cleavage.
I feel like everyone should show up to the pool without a bathing suit. They go through some sort of a process.
To earn their bathing suit?
And then they're like, this is the one you'll be wearing. It's handed to them. And then
it's
you
like
got
the reverse of strip poker.
Yeah, you get the sense of it. You need this one. This is so big. That's right. That's exactly right. All right, Allie, we've heard a lot of rules here. There's no shortage of other people that would like to chime in.
I like the 2 pool floaty limit.
2 pool floaty limit
families?
per family.
Yeah.
Omar, does one stand out to you as a rule that should officially be added?
I mean, the snot rocket thing is so
rocket?
gross. Yeah, man. I think you got to outlaw that for sure.
I agree.
I mean, if you're outlawing diarrhea, you need to outlaw snot.
And for some reason, the snot rocket has become very commonplace. So, congratulations, Mr. Snot Rocket. What's his name?
That's his name.
We're going to go with that now. Vanessa, what are you saying?
Matt.
Okay, we're going to call him Mr. Snot Rocket, like we said. Mr. Snot Rocket, you're going to go to Wild Rivers, where you can spread the word and make sure that no one snot rockets from your very own cabana. You can yell it at everyone, and you get $100 for food and beverage. Quick break. Thank you for helping us save the pools. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all these calls. We'll be right back with more show and your ADD news next.
Oh, I don't know why, but I've always loved the idea of summer and sun and
The Klein Alley Show with new summer hours. Live till 11.
Live till 11.
KROQ.
Good morning, Mr. Flips. You're licensed.
Here, and as a result, we are going to make it super hot inside as well. We've had broken air conditioning pretty much all week at KROQ, and we've decided how can we make this working experience even more uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. We figured it out.
We brought Jake the Nerd in the studio, and
Right.
that's how we did it. And there he is.
Hi,
Jake the Nerd,
Hi, Jake.
everyone.
Hi.
Usually he's only in here to jump on a scale, but in this particular case, he's in here because we have a ton of chicken. The studio smells great. Thank you. That is the sweet smell of Roscoe's Fried Chicken. And then we have a bunch of hot sauces from the Hot Ones Challenge kit.
I
So
want no part of this.
I know you don't, but the more you fight it, the more people are going to want to call in and ask you questions, because you have an opportunity now to call us at 800-520-1067. You can ask any of us any question you want. We will answer the question, and just like on the show, before we answer the question, we will take a hot sauce of your choosing. You will give us a random number, 1 through 10. We've rearranged the order. We don't know which one is going to be the hottest with the over 2 million Scoville units, the hottest hot sauce in the world, a record-holding hot sauce from the Guinness record, or it could be this one at the very top that's hardly any heat at all, Señor Lechuga, a mild sauce with garlic and avocado hints, flavor, rich and dreamy.
Oh.
That is not how the hottest one is described. And then there's a ton of other ones in the middle, like pico peppers and butterfly bakery, a da bomb, Queen Majesty, which is Sicilian scorpion sauce. I mean, some of these are very hot. They will probably hurt our tongues. If we touch our eyes later, we may go blind, and we should not. We should all make an agreement that we will not masturbate for 48 to 72 hours.
Oh, well, I think you're the one that really has to make that promise.
I'm
I
making
think
that
we're all
promise
fine.
to myself. I'm saying it out loud. If you'd like to join us and be a part of the Hot Ones Challenge, now you can watch us. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're also going to do this on the radio. But now would be a good time for you to call us, 800-520-1067. If you have a question, you just got to say who the question is directed to. We're all eligible. So even though the chicken sits in front of me and Allie and Jake right now, if you have a question you want Vanessa to answer, she will come in here, grab a piece of chicken, put whatever hot sauce you mention on that hot sauce, eat it, and then answer the question.
Do you think this little vial of syrup, which is probably delicious,
Yes, it's great.
would cancel out the hot sauce?
No, for some reason, milk is the only thing that seems to work. Everything else that should work makes it hotter. Like water just makes the hot sauce hotter.
Can I pour this on top of the hot sauce, though, when I eat it? Or do I have to do only hot sauce on the chicken wing?
Just hot sauce.
I think you gotta do hot sauce and then chase it with that.
Yeah, you could. If you want to do a shot of syrup to chase it, you can.
All
but
right.
understand that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the viscosity or whatever, it could make the hot sauce work a lot harder.
The viscosity?
That's what they say about
Good word, dude.
water. Water, for some reason, it spreads the hot sauce around.
Yeah,
it makes it worse.
I have made that mistake many times.
So
I didn't realize we can't even pick the number. Because there was a couple numbers, I'm like, I think I recognize that bottle as being a mild one.
No, we can't pick. The person who asked the question will will decide who is the question directed at, and then give us a number 1 through 10. And that person will crack open the bottle, pour it on the chicken, answer the question, and then we can officially begin. What's wrong, Jake?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't be doing this.
Why do you say that?
Because I have a condition that they don't know why it's caused, but my history of eating spicy food, because I used to really love spicy food, probably helped cause what I have today. And so it's not good.
Oh, so the spicy food that you ate your entire life was why you believe you have irritable bowels or whatever?
It was like the
It's
spider
very
bite for
possible.
Spider-Man.
It's very possible. Yeah.
The cause is also your kryptonite.
Yeah.
Wow. Ironic.
Aww.
All right. Well, this
Well,
is
maybe
what-
the people will go easy on him.
Yeah, maybe they will. And by the way, we don't know the order because we could end up lucking out here. We're not going to do 10
You
questions.
guys, I'm very boring.
Okay.
You don't even ask me any questions.
Same.
Let's go ahead and say hi. We're going to make our way up and down these phones right now. And once again, it doesn't matter what the questions are, we will be forced to answer. You will get brutal honesty like we always give you here on K-Rock. So any question, it could be about the show, it could be about our personal lives, it could just be a question about life in general. 800-520-1067.
It can be a question about life in general.
If that's their question, we'll start with Angel. Angel, who would you like to direct this question at?
To Jake the Nerd.
Oh, come on, dude.
Okay, right out of the gate.
Come on.
Poor Jake. All right.
Are they listing who they're picking on the screen?
No, I don't know who they're picking. I don't know I don't even know what the questions are.
Whatever, dude.
Before you ask the question, give us a number 1 through 10. That'll be the first hot sauce out of the gate.
Number 5.
All right, Jake, grab bottle number 5. You can reveal to everyone exactly which hot sauce that is because we don't know. They've all been randomly hidden. You can see this.
Take the thing off.
You can take the thing off. This is on YouTube. What is hot sauce number 5? This is the one he has selected for you at random.
Karma sauce. Lift off.
Oh,
That sounds easy.
Not bad, dude. You lucked out.
Yeah.
Only 5,600 Scoville units. It's got lemongrass flavored. Mild chili.
Lemongrass.
This is
That's
nothing.
a cakewalk.
Yeah, you're very lucky, Jake.
It has to actually say a hot sauce on the bottom.
Yeah,
because you might not.
A hot sauce.
Put it. Go ahead. Open that up. Pick a piece of chicken. And what is your question for Jake?
How many times has he masturbated within the last month?
All right, Jake. Go ahead. Take a big bite of your chicken now.
Countless.
You poured a lot.
That's a lot. It
on
doesn't-
there.
it's-
Oh my gosh, Jake!
Jake is digging
you didn't
in
need
right
to put
now.
that much, man.
No, but that one's nothing. That's not hardly anything. I know Jake's got a condition, but Jake, go ahead and answer the man's question, please.
Dude, that's the mild one. That's got some kick to
Really?
it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
If that's in the middle.
That's not in the middle. They claim that's the second easiest one on the list.
Dude, you guys, this is going to be death.
Really?
Yeah, this has some serious kick to it.
Can you
Really?
taste, so you're saying you can't taste the lemongrass?
It tastes like death.
Jake, answer
Hot
the man's
death.
answer the man's question.
Probably 20, maybe. I don't know.
So many in the last month.
You've self-pleasured.
There's like 30 days in a month.
You've self-pleasured 20 times in the last month.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, wow. Pull that clip. All right, hold on, Angel. Thank you for participating.
So mad.
It really did.
Is that what you say to yourself while it's happening?
That's his morning affirmation in the mirror.
That's my kink.
Yeah, you're nothing.
Jake, how was that? You're sweating.
Dude, it's hot.
You're sweating a little bit.
I can't believe this is only second.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's that's so
Maybe
low.
because I put so much, but goddamn, man.
You did put a lot on
That
there.
is so
It seemed
low.
unnecessary.
So low on the list. All right, well, one down. Keep in mind, you can ask these questions to anyone on the show. Jake, Johnny, Vanessa, DJ Omar Khan. You can go with Allie, or you go with me, and all you have to do is give us a question and a number, 1 through 10. Jake said 5 was painful.
Oh, my God.
And it was the second mildest in the list.
All right. Let me say hi to, next one out of the gate is, let's see, Edgar, you have a question for someone on the show. Who's your question to? We'll start with that. Sweet Divots.
Sweet Deb, it's for Jake.
Dude, this is rigged. Forget that. No.
What number?
What number? Number 3.
Okay.
No!
All right, Jake.
Hold on, hold on. He's got to open his
Now,
hot
just
sauce.
hold on. Take a minute and think of your question.
Think of your question. Jake got selected again. That's crazy.
This is rigged, dude. No.
It's not rigged.
It's totally rigged.
Dude, you could ask this question to anyone. Did they tell you to ask a question to Jake, or did you call for that, Edgar?
Nope. No, I called specifically for Jake.
Yes, and then they wrote on the thing, this guy's for Jake, and you're picking Jake callers.
No, I'm not picking Jake callers.
That is such bullcrap, and you know it.
All right, just open.
Which one is 3?
It's going to be a hot one because the top of it's yellow.
Okay.
Has a yellow hot one.
Which hot sauce did you end up
thank
with?
God.
What's it called?
Los Calientes. This is a hot one's Rojo. It's heat level 5 out of 10.
Hold on.
So
I
it can't be
don't even
the
see it on
hottest
my
one.
list. Oh, number 5.
sounds mild.
It's middle. 49,000 Scoville units. It's technically 10 times hotter than the one you just had.
Jesus Christ.
It is. Now and then a major announcement that we believe could single-handedly save Los Angeles. You'll love it, and we'll get to that the second we're done with your ADD news. Then we get you into a ton of shows as KROQ's summer ticket blowout continues. We have Linkin Park for you coming up in about an hour, and then we will get you into 21 Pilots. Those are the tickets we have for you this morning. You'll be winning tickets all day long on KROQ to get you into all the shows happening this summer in Southern California. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
I think it's fair to say we've all had our share of weird roommates. I know I've had my share, but when yours becomes the subject of a statewide manhunt, which ends up making international news, that is another level of weird. And the roommate of that Minnesota shooter is speaking out. This is the guy that killed those 2 lawmakers in Minnesota. He shot 2 others. I can't even believe those 2 people survived. One guy was shot 9 times. His wife was shot 8 times, and they're going to be okay. They caught the guy eventually after this big manhunt, and they caught him via drone. The drone saw him crawling through the bushes in the forest or something, and they got him. And they found out that he had a hit list of all these other people that he'd planned on killing. Now, his roommates, he had 2 of them, knew nothing about any of this. All they knew him as was a good guy, clean roommate, pays his bills on time, etc. And now, if you want to watch this video, you can see a big sweaty guy crying in a Papa John's shirt. That was his roommate. And
Good product placement. It's good product placement, guys.
this guy, looking at this guy and looking at the house that they were living in, I was like, this place stinks. You could probably tell that there's just Cheeto dust everywhere. There's open beer cans laying on the floor.
Yeah, but
you
who
can
hasn't lived in a
smell
place
the
like
sweaty
that at
stain.
one point?
Oh, of
We've
course.
all lived there.
I'm not saying I haven't lived in that, but you can tell when a place stinks.
But
Just based on looking at
this
it.
roommate shot. We don't know what the reason was that he got mad at his roommates.
He didn't get mad at his roommates. He just this is his roommates speaking out and going, I had no idea that this guy was like
that
this.
he was like this. Right,
Yeah.
right. And you would think that these people, at some point, you live with someone, you assume you know them a little bit.
Totally.
You know their habits.
And then if they're plotting to kill a bunch of people
Right.
and they have a hit list of people, that there's at least something off about them or some weird activity
Blurred
going
out
on.
one time watching the news.
Totally. And so this is him reading the last text that he got from this guy. By the way, you can't really hear because he's crying a lot.
Baby dead shortly. So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both, and I wish it hadn't gone this way. I mean, he was a loving, caring guy, loved his family, loved his friends, and loved God, and I don't know why he did what he did. He had lots of friends, trust me. I wish I could have been there to stop him.
And usually you hear about these people and they're like, oh, they were a loner. They didn't really have any friends. They were on their computer all the time. That was their life. And this whole plot is going on behind the scenes and nobody knows because they're not really talking to people. And he's like, this guy was a great guy and he was a great friend. And his last text was, I love you guys. I've made some choices and you guys don't know anything about this, but I'm going to be gone for a while. I may be dead shortly.
Wow.
I know. And he's not dead. He got arrested, but it's crazy that you're like, how do you find a new roommate after that? Because they need another roommate.
That's a good point, Allie. I don't think the news is focusing enough on that part of the story.
On the news instead of reading the text.
Yeah.
How are you gonna even advertise?
Guy wasted all of his time on the news crying. He should have been saying, "Hey, by the way, we got a room,
open space.
a room, $600 a month,
Yeah.
utilities not included."
My God. All right, if you have chosen a life of crime, just don't be a dumb ass about it. There was a big Spectrum outage in LA where 25,000 people were without service. They had no internet, no cable, and then, probably like 2 people had no landline, people who actually take advantage of that bundle. And now
they force you to.
Yeah, I know.
They force you.
I had a new phone number. It was like, well, if you get the landline, it's cheaper. And I was like, okay. And they were like, here's your landline number. And I was like, I don't.
Yeah, the person told me, get a pen and write this down. I go, I'm not using it. I don't need to write it down.
The only use for it is like, cool, now I have a fake phone number I can provide.
Now, they claim, and this is the thing they get you with, it's the scare tactic. If you need to call 911, because they hear kids running around, they go, I hear children there. You have children? Yeah. Well, if you call 911 from a cell phone, it takes a lot longer for them to figure out where's the closest 911 that can come and help you. So you should get a landline. And then, of course, my wife hears that. She's like, get multiple landlines for safety.
I think that's BS, by the way.
Of course. I agree,
now,
dude.
yeah.
I did. I was like, I didn't want to call her out. But, then she goes, you can cancel your landline, but then your price is going to go up because it's all part of the bundle. They got the bundle scam going.
There was some guy at that company who was like, guys, we're going to get them with the landline.
Yeah,
we're going to bundle it.
Yeah, they'll be locked in for life.
I ripped out all my landlines. I covered them up.
I pay for a landline, but I do not have a landline phone.
There's no way for anybody to call your landline.
No. Doesn't exist.
It just exists.
But I do have a number. I have some sort of an 818 number that someone's got. I don't know.
Someone's got. Not me, because I didn't write it down.
The listeners is pissed.
Anyway, they found out that this happened because a bunch of thieves were trying to steal copper wire, and they screwed it up.
Man, these copper wire guys.
They were like, all right, we found a copper wire gold mine, and then they took it, they cut it all, they hacked into it, and then it wasn't copper wire, it was the cable lines.
Oh, man.
So then the robbers didn't get anything, and then the people who pay for Spectrum didn't get anything, and now these guys are on the loose and they're trying to catch them. All right, here's news that will not come as a shock. You're probably working more hours than ever, and the average employee now receives 117 emails and 153 team messages every single day. And it is spilling over into the rest of your day. So we all know you're working earlier and later than ever before. Weekend work is up more than it's ever been. And checking your emails past 10 p.m. is now a regular thing for a third of people. And meetings being scheduled past 8 p.m. are up 16%. So, hey, let's do an 8:30 p.m. meeting.
Seems terrible.
Is like not out of the ordinary anymore. And Tuesday is the week's busiest day today.
Would you rather have a meeting during the day when you have to be at work anyway, which sucks because it prolongs your day, or if they said, look, we'll just all hop and powwow on a Zoom later? Where
I
at
don't
least
like, no, I hate hop.
At least you're at home.
Don't say you're hopping on like it's some casual thing. I'm not hopping.
Okay, but
it's not fun.
when we have to go on to these dumb meetings from our house, how much are any of us paying any attention? No, we're all up high, drunk. I'm making a snack. Sometimes I just walk away from my chair. I put sunglasses on my chair and walk away. I'm not even there for half those meetings. So those are better. The ones here, they actually look at you. You have to sit in the room.
Yeah, but I would rather just have those hours be done within work hours. I don't like the, hey, let's hop on a Zoom. Because then I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking the fact that I have to do one other thing before I turn that part of my brain off.
Yeah, bosses always use words before the word meeting to make it seem like it's going to be fun or something.
Yeah.
They're like,
chat. Let's chat. Let's hop on a meeting and chat.
You guys have time to prance over to a computer?
Yeah, shut up.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, it's time for us to do some good for Southern California. A city that we absolutely love. It's been my home since 2006. I think Omar has been your home your entire life.
Yep.
Vanessa came here from another country just to be here so that we could make fun of her getting drunk and yelling at the gays at the parade.
That's what America's all about.
That's what the American dream is. And Allie is a Californian through and through. And, we've been witnessing, like you have, what's been happening these past few weeks. And in some ways, it's nothing new because we were talking to Vanessa when she used to work at Chuck E. Cheese. She was telling us a very sad story, and this was years ago, but when she used to be the rat at Chuck E. Cheese,
that wasn't sad enough.
That's not the sad part of the story.
Yeah.
She claimed that she got to witness an ICE raid that happened while she was there, and they took away her friend that worked at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And
in
Vanessa hid in the rat
2009.
costume. Yeah. What happened, Vanessa?
2009 at Chuck E. Cheese. This was traumatizing, and I always think about it.
Yeah.
The kitchen staff got raided by ICE, and I just remember one of my coworkers because she was pregnant, and I was thinking, like, what is she gonna do? Anyways, they were like the greatest people, and I just remember me and my friend crying, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, and then none of them came back, or
No,
what?
none of them came back.
So it was just an empty kitchen the next day.
And then we just had to figure it out, and then they hired more people.
Oh, my
But
God.
it was so
So
dramatizing.
at this point, we've all seen it happening before our very eyes, and many of us have done what we can do to stand up and say that we don't like what is happening to our friends, to our neighbors, and
To the people who are feeding LA.
we were talking to our buddy from LA Taco last week, and he was talking specifically about just how many, specifically taco stands, taco trucks, are being devastated by this for so many reasons. A lot of them are too scared to even set up shop, and others are just not getting the business that they were getting because people are not going out and about and people are hiding out. And we said, is there anything that as we can do as proud Los Angelinos, but also as proud taco lovers? And on this Taco Tuesday, we have decided, and I hope that you join us,
Please do,
That
and
I-
it's easy to.
as a show, we are going to pledge 10,000 tacos, and we ask you to be a part of this with us so that we together can help to at least bring some sort of a resurgence to a community now that is being greatly affected by what is going on, and this is what we're talking about.
The crowd used to be 10 deep, and now there's barely a line.
It's not a joke. They took all my employees.
They're afraid. Or people that are come, to get a quick bite are not coming out because they're scared to be out.
ICE has started to abduct taqueros at taco trucks.
Business is so bad, he's parked his food truck for now and won't take it out.
This area is usually packed shoulder to shoulder, but in the days since ICE began its raids, business here has basically collapsed. Collapse.
10,000 tacos for LA.
We are asking you, listeners of Klein Alley Show KROQ, to do your part by eating more tacos than you normally would and supporting all of these small businesses in and around Los Angeles by stopping when you see a taco stand and getting a taco. Even if you're not hungry for a taco, get a taco. We will be eating tacos consistently for the foreseeable future.
And I would argue that there's always room for another taco.
Always room. Go for one, leave with 10. Let's
Yes.
do our part until we together can know that we helped by eating 10,000 tacos.
If you see a taco stand on the way home, a taqueria that you love that you haven't been to in a while, and go, oh, I have to hit that place up, hit it up, tag us, and help us reach 10,000 tacos.
10,000 tacos for LA is our mission. It's a small little thing that we can do, but I think that the waves of this will actually travel to the point where potentially we help some people, we help some families, and more importantly, we eat tacos. And that is why we
We're going
kick
to get
this
fat
off.
for a cause.
On Taco Tuesday, we will officially be eating our first round of tacos at 10 a.m. this morning as we kick off summer hours, 10 o'clock, because a lot of places just wait to open until then. But right now, if you find a place that is open and setting up, even if you wouldn't normally stop on Tuesday, it is Taco Tuesday, but now would be a great time for you to be a part of this and help us do our little part to bring LA back together as we pledge 10,000 tacos with our audience on the world famous KROQ. K-Rock, Klein Alley Show, home of 10,000 tacos for L.A. A lot of questions pouring through on the text line, mostly people pledging how many tacos they plan on eating today and for the foreseeable future. Until we can officially get to 10,000, we will monitor a rolling tally that will be going on in the back, keeping track of every taco eaten. Please, as you buy them, tag us, pictures, Klein Alley Show, K-Rock, and hashtag 10,000 tacos. This is our way of trying to help some of the many businesses that have been struggling right now, specifically as the ice raid's continuing all through Southern California, and an opportunity for us to eat more tacos. Selfishly, I look at it and go, great opportunity to eat more tacos than normally we would on a Taco Tuesday. What a fitting way to kick this off. And if you have the ability, if you drive by the stands, I know like there's a few streets I cut through on the way home. There used to be 5, 6, 7 stands. Now it's down to like 1 or 2.
Yeah, I know.
And we should do our part to help, because all of this, you know, as much as I know there's people on the text line that are saying, asking questions. I don't have social media. Will my tacos still count? Of course they will still count.
Yeah, just
but we need to know
us
about them or leave them on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT.
Somehow. And
Pledge.
when 8 said Rigo's Tacos for dinner tonight, it is. And another person asked about brick and mortar places. Yeah, absolutely. If it's a taqueria that you know of that's a brick and mortar restaurant, go ahead and go there. It's okay.
Yeah, Jack in the Box is pretty good.
Yeah, not Jack in the Box.
Is
no big taco.
Tiny tacos.
They are tiny tacos, so you could do 10,000 probably in one meal. But the question is, do Allie's white people tacos count? And this is where it gets into a tricky situation, because we are trying to say this is for all white people, all brown people, all black people. All people should enjoy tacos. And this is a little thing, a very small little thing that we can do to help reinvigorate and recharge a community that has been truly devastated by what's been going on. But Allie's white people taco recipe, which is it really, I think, in many ways.
Big hit with Ice.
Ice loves Allie's tacos. They love it.
They're calling me off the hook.
Yeah, it's not. I would say Allie's tacos.
I will. How about this? I pledge not to make any white people tacos in my home until we reach 10,000.
White people taco night. We're getting taco shells from the grocery store and ground beef from the grocery store.
Or turkey.
And shredded cheese from the grocery store. And Ortega sauce from the grocery store.
All right, that's Allie's white people taco night recipe. We've given that away now to the masses. But the reality is this. You know, at some point there will be a discussion this week with friends. Hey, what do you guys want to get? What are you in the mood for? Just push the tacos. 10,000 tacos for LA. Let's
and then
do our
that
part.
person will probably say, you're right, tacos are delicious. 831 said, can I tag in Solidarity up in the Bay Area? They're not as good as LA tacos, but do they count? Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
they would count.
You can eat tacos in Solidarity all day. Is this one of these weird lesbian things Allie's pushing on us? Is this for pride? That taco also will count. If you'd like to go to town on
really?
those, we will accept those tacos as well. We're moving a little bit further away from the goal here, but if you want to take part in that, sure, for pride, go nuts, ladies.
310 has already pledged 3 shrimp tacos. What a treat.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, because we will get into this discussion later on today about whether or not shrimp is a treat. This guy did specifically bring up tacos, and I'll play this for you now because people are telling me shrimp does not count as a treat, but listen to this.
What's your name?
Oscar.
Oscar from where?
From Sesame Street. With you guys, I'll with you. I'm from Burbank.
Oscar, what would you consider a treat?
Free beer, man.
What kind of food would you consider a treat?
Tacos.
Would you consider shrimp a treat?
No.
But shrimp tacos, I would say, are the treat of all treats. I mean, let's be honest. That's
Why are you
next
trying
level.
to crowbar the shrimp into this? He's saying no. He said no in 3 different ways.
He didn't say no in 3 different ways.
Shrimp tacos suck, dude.
Shrimp tacos are great.
You just get regular fish tacos. Those are way better than shrimp tacos.
I'm not going to argue that those are not also good, but whatever. We can't get into this now.
Fried cod. Now that's a treat.
Let's not ruin the reason that we're having this long-winded conversation, and that is...
The crowd used to be 10 deep, and now there's barely a line.
Business here has basically collapsed.
10,000 tacos for LA.
All right, 310, I pledge to eat 69 tacos this summer. They will be choco tacos. Oh, wait a minute. That's not okay.
Those are delicious, though.
They are great.
And a treat.
I love the way that Ali says taqueria.
Taqueria. My wife texted me and said, I heard...
That's our rally cry.
Yeah,
for
go
this.
into the taqueria and say...
They'll know why you're there.
Fist pump.
Let's go, LA. Step it up.
My wife just texted me and said, I heard you say no more white people tacos for a while, and I was going to ask, do we have to keep eating them tonight because of this thing you're doing?
Oh, good. Allie's wife is the big winner here. So let's go at LA Taco. Thank you for giving us the inspiration to try to make this happen and do some good. And let's all enjoy tacos together until we hit 10,000. If we can do it by the end of today, even better. I think between us, this show, our listeners, Jake's even going to stop this little weird diet he's on and start going ham on tacos. Right, Jake?
Yeah, I'm going to stop on my way home and get some fish tacos.
That's right. Quick break. Back with more show next.
Ladies and gentlemen.
KROQ.
No down payment, no monthly fees, just questionable decisions and a whole lot of wristbands. On a KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout. Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win your way into the hottest KROQ shows, including Turnstile at Exposition Park October 4th. Lord at the Kia Forum October 18th. Bleachers at Great Park Live October 25th. Heim at the Kia Forum October 9th. Back with the Pacific Symphony at the OC Fair July 30th. And more. A different show every hour on a KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout. Courtesy of Golden Voice.
Hey, this is Beck. Keep it on KROQ to win.
Best-selling complex notes of smoked chilies, agave, citrus, cumin, not good for people that have sensitive asses. Fruity habanero and a balance of medium heat. All right, Jake's got his chicken coated in the new number 5. This is the 5th hottest of the hot sauces.
Do I buy it first before I get the question?
Do we care about the question? Or?
No, the question's irrelevant. Go ahead, Edgar. What is your question for Jake?
Hey, Jake, what are the 2 strongest Magic the Gathering cards, and how would you pin them against each other? If that even makes sense. Never heard of that game before.
I've never even heard of this game.
Emrakul is the strongest creature. Black Lotus is the strongest artifact / card, most expensive card. And Black Lotus makes mana. Emrakul just
let's talk you more saucy, you know.
This one's super easy.
Really?
This one's way easier than the other one.
Really?
Ridiculously easy. I can't believe this other one was lower.
Wow.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes on the show they do this like reverse order weird stuff to mess with your head, where it gets hotter, then not so hot.
Or
then
maybe
they
it
hit you
has
with
like a certain amount of peppers, but then the other flavors kind of cancel it out.
All right, hold on, Edgar. Thank you for joining
There's
us.
got to be more Jake calls. Let's just wait.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder. I wonder how many there are.
Let's say hi to Gil. And this is the Hot Sauce Challenge. You're watching on YouTube now. Jake said the last one not so bad, but you look so angry right now.
Yeah, because this is rigged. Let me pick a call.
Pick a call, Jake. Go ahead. Give me a number.
Yeah, let me see.
Just pick a number.
He wants to see it.
Just pick a call. Just walking over there.
Let me see it. Let me see it with my own
pick
eyes.
number 3.
All right.
Pick number 3. That's what I was going to go with anyway.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Gil, who's your question for?
Hey, Sweet Dibbits, guys.
Sweet Dibbits.
All right, Klein. This question is for you, brother.
Great.
And I want to go level 10 hot sauce.
Well,
you're just going to pick number 10. You don't know if it's going to be 10.
Oh, man, it's going to be weak as a white cap.
Very spicy.
Hold on. Give me
How
bottle
about this
10.
colored cap analogy that Jake's...
Klein. Have you ever exchanged any sexual contact with Mrs. Ellie Johnson?
Okay, I'll answer that question.
That's a very easy
I'm
question.
going to answer that. Hold on, I got to pour the sauce. The one I got is the hottest one so far, by the way. It is number 6, Pico Peppers, Volcano. It is 76,000 Scoville units. This is where things start to get real. Habanero all over, extra fire. Things are getting damn spicy. So I will pour this on the chicken from Roscoe's.
Whew.
That's a lot.
That's
right
a lot.
I just put a lot of
That's a
sauce on there. All right, there you go for the camera. I'm not pussing out here. I already pierced my nipple this week. What else can I do to make my life fun?
That was a couple weeks ago.
All right, and repeat the question, Gil, while I take a bite of this. Go ahead.
Have you and Ellie Johnson ever had any sexual contact?
That's
at
such
all?
a huge bite of chicken.
I tried to. Oh my god! I tried to.
Oh my god! You didn't need to eat that.
I forgot I had to answer the question. Oh, it's burning my lips really bad. The answer is I've never had any sexual contact with Allie. I did have an opportunity, I think, at one point. Let me finish, Allie.
Her face.
I did have an opportunity. Oh, wow, that's hot. Woo!
And that's what you said, didn't you?
I did have an opportunity at one point, I think, to hook up with Allie's hot sister.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in a relationship at the time, and I did not. I chose to be faithful, but I do regret that a lot. I did have a sex dream about Allie one time. It was really weird.
Gross, yeah.
And
those are really disturbing.
And I'll tell you that the graphic details is that she chose to service me.
Sorry, that was a level 10 for me.
Wow. All right. Hold on. I got
So how is that heat?
that builds, man.
You know what? Don't answer that.
K-Rock.
Hey, shout out 323 that just reordered their breakfast. They're going with breakfast tacos now, courtesy of our conversation. Move over, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, which was a tough thing to say goodbye to. I'm now switching over to the breakfast tacos. I will be posting and tagging appropriately. 10,000 tacos for LA on K-Rock. We are Klein Alley Show. show. Please keep eating your tacos. Tag us accordingly. And remember, 10K tacos for LA, 10,000 tacos for LA. We want to work together, our audience, us. Let's go ahead and help support some of the many, many, many local businesses, taco stands, etc., that are struggling right now and step up and enjoy some tacos. We kick it off officially at 10 a.m. this morning, but feel free to start eating tacos now. If you can find them, start getting them. Allie, summer is here, and it's summer 2025. Every summer usually has an identity. Sometimes the identity is declared ahead of times, and sometimes it will be like middle of the summer. People are like, by the way, we're in the middle of a Rat Boy summer, which was, I think, last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, Rat Boy summer, and then there was a summer of sex, I believe, when everybody was having sex.
Yeah.
We're doing one-night stands and orgies.
Yeah.
That was like the first summer to come out of COVID, where people were just like, let's go ahead and throw our germs all over each other right now. And that was a big summer, and we've got some predictions right now as we are officially going to get into the 2025 summertime draft, where we have 3 categories. Each category, we will have a draft pick, and we will determine at the end of the summer, come Labor Day, which one of us was better at predicting how summer 2025 played out. The categories will include 3 of the most important things that you will indulge in over the course of the summer. You got the round of food and beverage. What will be the food/drink of summer 2025? Because there's always something that usually jumps out.
Food/drink.
You pick whichever one you want.
That's a game changer for me.
Food or a drink. Then you've got the trend of the summer. There's always going to be a trend. Like the Labubu is a big trend right now, but will that be the trend of all summer? Or
is it a Labubu summer?
Or and then, of course, the song of the summer. Our prediction as to which one song will officially be the anthem.
Can I just pick that song, Heat Waves, again?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Heat Waves as well. I don't think it's ever stopped. Glass Animals, Heat Waves, song of the summer.
Just again and again.
Yet again.
We love
year.
it.
Now we've got new predictions. So, order has been randomly selected, and I hate to say this, but in the first category, which is the category of food of summer 2025, Jake the Nerd has gotten the first overall number 1 draft pick. Jake, go ahead and lock in your prediction.
Super easy. Shrimp.
It's a treat, and I agree.
That's just ridiculous. It's not going to be a shrimp summer, Jake.
Is that really your pick,
It's
Jake?
shrimp.
You're not taking shrimp, are you?
Yeah, I'm taking shrimp. Better believe it.
Are you mad, Klein, that Jake took shrimp?
I wasn't going to take shrimp. I love shrimp. It's a treat.
Because you know.
It's universal. It's not one summer that's going to be the summer of shrimp. It's every summer's a shrimp summer.
That's the thing about shrimp is it's just there. I don't think anyone's going to be like, wow, it's 2025, summer, let's go in on shrimp.
Say it right, shrimp.
Shrimp.
Allie, you have the second pick in the round of food beverage prediction. What will be the food/drink of summer 2025?
You know, now I have like a beverage in my mind, but I think I'm going to stick with this. Actually could be a food or a beverage. And I have already seen it popping up in grocery stores. I've even seen it making its way into beauty products, and that would be guava. It's going to be a guava summer.
Guy.
There's a guava jam that is selling like hotcakes at Trader Joe's. They're putting guava in a lot of mixed cocktail drinks right now that they're putting out on the shelves. And like I said, I've seen it in different lip tints and gels and things like that.
This is definitely like a white person thing.
Yeah.
Guava.
Yeah.
No way, I've seen it.
Yeah, but it's like for white people to feel like they're exotic.
Yeah.
It's for girls.
So,
right,
Allie,
Vanessa?
maybe it's a girl thing.
I've seen it.
Guava girls for life.
Hey.
Okay. Vanessa, do not humor Allie. When she says dumb things like that, put her in her place. I mean, come on.
Hey, this was my better pick. I was going to go with cottage cheese.
But I agree.
Oh, Jesus. We can't be the same show that goes 10,000 tacos for LA followed by guava girls for life.
It's the protein punch sleeper, baby.
All right.
Cottage cheese.
Man, Allie is having definitely a sexless summer.
She ain't wrong about that.
Yeah.
We're doing one-night stands and orgies.
Get her back. Third pick in this round goes to Postmaster Johnny. It's the round of food and beverage, summer 2025.
Good pick.
I think that.
Have you prepared for this, Johnny?
Social.
I'm working on like 3 social posts right now.
Did you not have a pick ready to go?
Say something.
Because your song.
Say something.
Let's just go to
All right,
somebody
moving
else.
on. Moving on. Johnny's not in the draft. That's
Say
fine.
something.
Vanessa.
Say something. They're talking
Anything. This is radio, for God's sake.
All right, I've got the next pick after Johnny, and I'm glad he didn't steal mine. I was also going to go with nothing. I was also going to say nothing.
Oh, darn.
Guys, I've seen it everywhere. I don't know where it came from, but just as you remember, there was that time when everyone was talking about Red Velvet, and then there was that time when everyone was talking about whatever the next thing was. It's all about pistachio now. Pistachio?
been a thing.
No. Now, more than ever, because of this the Dubai chocolate that's everywhere, everything's got pistachio in it.
Of course, a fancy boy pick over
it's
here.
not
This is a different white person thing.
Yeah, totally.
Every stupid thing that's pistachio.
Okay, fancy boy.
I'm telling you, it's the summer of listen,
Jesus,
I don't
man.
even put it as a top nut, but for whatever reason.
How are we the show that's doing 10,000 tacos for a leg? You're talking about pistachios.
It's not my pick. It's not my pick. It's what I see everywhere in the
Holy
streets.
crap,
it's going to be the
man.
flavor of the summer, pistachio.
What streets are you walking,
Dude,
man? Rodeo Drive?
No, I'm talking the Deep Valley.
Whole row at Erewhon of pistachio products.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about
You're
outside.
strutting on Erewhon?
Outside of the Chipotle on Ventura, there's a guy who sets
Universal
up.
Walk, let me tell you.
It's not a Universal Walk, you idiot. And by the way, I did some research. Pistachio and pistachio-related searches are up like 25,000%. I'm not kidding, guys.
Jesus.
It's
You don't do
Single-handedly created by you.
Not by me. I don't even like pistachio. All right, Omar, you're next with the next pick. We're only in round one of this stupid draft.
Considering what's happening in LA and all over the country, I think the ice raids are going to have a dramatic effect on what people are going to start eating, and they're going to start giving back to, similar like what we're doing with the tacos. But I think this is going to be the summer of tahini. I think tahini's going to get sprinkled on fruit, on beverages, and also
always on fruit. It's not nothing new.
Yeah, but it's going to get, so they're going to be chefs out there that are working on stuff right now. They're going to incorporate tahini with regular food items. I'm talking about like hot dogs, hamburgers.
Shrimp.
It's just going to go all over. And shrimp. Yeah, there's going to be tahini shrimp, Klein. You should be happy about that.
All right, Omar's taking tahini.
Well, weren't you talking yesterday, Klein, about a tahini hot flavored 5-hour energy?
Yes.
There it is. It's already started.
And sometimes I try to entice my wife by doing a thing at home called the tahinis.
Oh, that's disgusting.
No, it's not disgusting.
Can I change my pick now?
No, you cannot.
Just a boo.
You just killed tahini.
Tahini sales have just plummeted after the tahinis. Hey, guys, I'm just saying, summer 2025, summer of the tahinis. Let's go. All right,
painful.
Vanessa, you get the last pick.
Yay! Okay, I was gonna go kind of similar to Ali, but I was gonna say passion fruit, but I've changed my mind. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is the summer.
Okay.
What is it, Vanessa?
The summer of tonic coffee. That's right.
What is that?
Tonic coffee.
By the way, I am seeing a lot of, this is annoying, but there was a lot of, quote, functional coffee. Like, coffee's functional enough, makes you crap, gives you energy. But now they're going, there's like all these coffees now that they're putting like mushrooms in. They're good for your
I've seen
gut
mushroom
health.
coffee. What's tonic coffee?
Yeah, I don't know what tonic is.
It's like tonic water with a shot of espresso.
Whoa.
All right, see, this is your pick for summer.
And we could probably add booze to it, too, which is a bonus.
All right, Megan, you're on KROQ. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Klein. Klein, they said that pistachios have salmonella on the news this morning.
Okay. All right, great.
Nice pick, man.
I mean, I guess if it's in the news, you get points, right?
That's trendy, guys. Pistachios with salmonella. It's the snack of the summer. All right,
562 said I went to the movies yesterday and they had tahini icy.
Okay. All right.
Man.
We'll finish the
I am
draft
winning.
next.
Give me
K-Rock.
points.
for your Klein Alley Show. We have to get through this next round quickly of the Summer Draft 2025. We've already been through the food round. If you're joining us, Ali predicted it's the summer of guava. Jake says shrimps. Omar said tahini on everything. Vanessa, who apparently got the whitest of the draft picks, went with tonic coffee, and I went with pistachio. These are not by our personal choices, just sort of predictions as to what we're seeing in the streets. What will be the official flavor of summer 2025? Because apparently people just lock in on one thing and they go put it on everything. We go to the next round, which is Song of the Summer. Allie, your prediction for Song of the Summer?
So I think people are going to be pretty angry this summer for many reasons. Obviously, there's been a lot of protesting here in Southern California. I don't think that that's going to go away, and I don't think the anger is going to go away. And there is a song from the new Saviors album by Green Day that has been popping up, and I think people are going to be using this as an anthem. This is One-Eyed Bastard by Green Day. This is my pick for Song of the Summer.
Song of the Summer.
Yeah, no one gets you riled up like Green Day, and people need a good song to get riled up to.
Vanessa, you got the second pick in this round. Song of the Summer. What do you got for us?
I might be way off, but I don't care.
I like that confidence.
I don't care. Okay, Royal Otis, Moody.
All right, this is Vanessa's pick, Song of the Summer. Here we go. Song of the Summer.
It's got a real big vibe, doesn't it?
Definitely drunk by the pool and yelling succulent at someone.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine all the things you'd yell about Lexuses and succulents with the song in the background. All right. So that's Vanessa's pick. It's the second pick in the round. What will be Song of the Summer 2025?
Definitely
sounds so mellow compared to what Vanessa is.
It really is. She needs to calm down at the end of the day. Omar, what's your pick? Song of the Summer 2025.
Oh, yeah. So this song, I'm going to play it for you. It's going to instantly put you in a good mood. And this is, one of the tribute songs. Many tributes, went out to the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, when he passed away. And this is my pick for Song of the Summer because I think we're going to hear it all over the airwaves.
I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Ooh, bop, bop. I'm picking up good vibrations.
Good song.
She's giving me
dude, come on now, right?
I'm picking up good vibrations.
Especially the bop bop.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad that we lost him, but I'm just so happy he never had to hear this. I really, yeah.
She's giving me the excitations.
Yeah, it's good stuff,
I
man.
love the backtracking. I would love if we could make that downloadable for people so they can just add it to their summer playlist and see what people do
watch
when
reactions
it just
when it just goes on in the pool and everyone just ties a brick to their foot and goes to the bottom. All right, Jake, you're next up. What is your Song of the Summer 2025?
Well, Ali said people were going to be mad, and they're going to be mad. They're going to be sad, too. And Vanessa picked a song that's moody. Here's a song that's actually moody. It's by a guy named Dax Riggs called Sunshine. Felt the darkness smile.
This is Jake's Song of the Summer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Jake's probably going to listen to this on a loop while he floats that stupid river.
all my good vibrations are gone.
Yeah, it's good.
This is
Jake.
the opposite of the summer. This is like being in the winter, holed up in your room, not going anywhere because you're depressed.
Jake,
That's my summer.
why would you listen to this?
That's good stuff.
I want to tie a brick to my foot now.
Jesus.
This is so sad.
All right. Well,
That's why you wear a life vest.
Jake's going to have a sad summer. I hate to say it, but my pick for Song of the Summer, I didn't want to pick it, but I do believe it will be the biggest song of summer 2025. Take a listen, Allie. You know this one, right? Come on, sing along. Sing along. Here we go. If KROQ went country for 2 weird weeks, role model, Sally when the wine runs out.
Sally.
Yep. See, it makes Sally have that
outside.
white lady seizure.
Box, step.
You're going to hear this all over the place this summer, unfortunately, but it will be all over the place.
You're going to see him in his denim outfit, his cowboy hat.
All right, well, there you have it. We only could make it through 2 rounds of the summer draft. We'll have to save the next round for tomorrow. When we get back, we have your ADD news, but more importantly, we have your first pair of tickets. KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout is underway. Linkin Park tickets in about 15 minutes will be yours here on KROQ. And people have already started out tagging us in pictures. 10,000 tacos officially.
Yay!
Is happening. There's people on the phone that want to talk about it. We'll come right back. More show continues in moments on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ. KROQ. Klein, Ellie Show.
If you are hurt in an accident... us out there if you'd like to. Start in about an hour when we get to 10 o'clock. That is officially 10 on Taco Tuesday when we kick off 10K Tacos for LA. Help support some of the many businesses struggling right now during these ice raids. And already people are committing, and we appreciate all of you that have committed how many tacos you will be eating today, tomorrow, and through the week.
Dude, sweet divots, guys. I love this idea. 10,000 tacos. I think we can do it. I'm going to start today. I actually had lunch plans, but I'm going to cancel them. Nice. I know 3 different taquerias that I have not been to recently. I'm going to hit them all up in one day. Probably going to get diarrhea, but it's all for a good cause.
10,000 tacos for LA.
No better cause than the 10,000 tacos for LA cause. And yes, you may get some diarrhea, but you also may not. And if you do, great. Summer cleanse. You're welcome.
Go to the pool.
And if you don't, then enjoy your tacos and help support. It's nothing that some carnitas cannot make better. And hopefully we help some people that are struggling right now in Southern California. All right, let's get to your news, and then the brand new hour of the show can begin. And the very first thing we do is get you Linkin Park tickets on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Well, we start with yet another court case, and this is not the Diddy one or the Harvey Weinstein one or the Trump and Newsom one or the Luigi Mangione one. There are many, many high-profile cases going on right now. This one is about the doctors in the Matthew Perry case. This is Dr. Salvador Plasencia. If you recall, he was the one that called Matthew Perry a moron who will pay anything in texts with another doctor about distributing ketamine to him. And he is going to plead guilty. The other doctor is also expected to plead guilty. And he's pleading guilty to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. He distributed 20 vials of ketamine and ketamine lozenges and syringes to Matthew Perry and his live-in assistant. And that was 20 vials just between September 30th and October 12th. So that's not even a 2-week period. So it was a lot. And obviously he didn't really care about Matthew's well-being. He was just trying. He said in his text messages he wanted to be his go-to for drugs. But Perry ran out of money quickly because they were charging him crazy amounts of money. And then he ended up going to another source.
I'm glad I'm not a doctor. Because I think
because
that,
you're not,
too.
You're not.
Yeah, well, let me finish.
The world is glad.
All right, let's move on.
I know that I would be the type of doctor that would easily be a crooked doctor. If I let's just say if I was able to somehow make it through medical school and get a diploma and earn the title of doctor.
You wouldn't be a crooked doctor like this, though.
Oh yes.
What?
Oh, if people were like, give me the good stuff and here's a bunch of money, I would probably be a crooked doctor. I think I would.
Come on, part of your moral compass would pipe up at some point.
Maybe, but not with him.
Really?
With other people, maybe, but I was never a fan of Friends.
Yeah, but wouldn't you know?
So.
Right,
I like that stupid bit you did on there.
Yeah.
Could you be any whatever? Shut up.
Yeah, if it was a show I liked, maybe I would have had a bit more of a moral compass. No,
so if he was on Seinfeld, it'd be okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't have prescribed.
But you wouldn't think to yourself, hey, I'm responsible hugely for this famous actor's relapse?
I think every doctor goes into it thinking I'm going to be a responsible doctor, and then over the years they get into some credit card debt and they got to make some money, and boom, next thing you know, ketamine.
Well, because, like, my wife is a therapist, and you could easily be like, hey, if I give you, like, $500, we'll just write this thing saying that I'm fit to do this, or that I have an animal that needs to go on an airplane.
Sure, absolutely.
And she absolutely says no.
Wow.
I mean, she will meet with somebody that possibly needs it and qualify them for that, but she has a very strict moral compass with that kind of stuff.
You know me, I'm a people pleaser, unfortunately. So if I'm a doctor and the people need something, I just go, all right, go ahead, give me my prescription.
You're going to explain that to the judge later?
Well, that's what I would.
People pleaser. What am I going to do?
That's why it's part of the reason I decided not to be a doctor. This is why I chose to not be a doctor.
Well, you would have been spending up to 40 years in prison, which is what this doctor could be doing. Man. All right. If you're one of those people who gets super pissed off seeing spoilers online, there is now a way to avoid this. Meta has developed a new tool that filters out spoilers to shows that you're watching. So if you didn't finish White Lotus, the season finale...
Yeah, you spoiled a bunch of stuff for everyone this year.
I know. It was so
Allie
funny.
Spoiled everything.
Everyone was posting about it, including me, and a lot of people got upset because they're like, oh, no, I haven't watched it yet, and now I'm on the internet and Instagram, and it's being spoiled for me.
Oh, that's what it was. You did that impression of that big tooth girl.
Yeah.
And then you basically
And people were mad at me for making fun of her because I guess she got teased for her teeth as a kid. So I had no moral compass in that
the
situation.
best, Allie did this impression off the air, which is where it belonged. And she goes, look, I do a great impression of the big tooth girl from White Lotus.
No, it was also because my mouth guard made me look like her.
So I said to Allie, you know what you should do? You should post it. I bet it goes viral. And then
And it did not.
And Allie went and posted it. Got ridiculed for A, making fun of the big tooth girl, and B, for ruining that show for everyone.
Yeah,
It was the greatest. It backfired so quickly on her. It was the best.
I know, but you told me to make more.
I was so you got to double down. Eventually, your audience will find you.
So if you were to enable this feature, something like that would be filtered out. The thing is that you can't like set your shows. It's not like, hey, here are the shows I'm watching, filter that out. It would just, you'd be able to click it and say, hey, this is a spoiler, and it would like blur it out or garble the text. And this is only being tried out on Threads right now. So basically we have no idea how it's going to work out. But if it goes well enough, then they would put it on, the big money maker, which is Instagram.
Do your impression of that big tooth girl from White Lotus for people that want to hear it. You did the whole voice and everything. It was real great.
Now I forget what was the boyfriend's name?
Who knows? That show. You know how these shows are. They're the biggest thing in the world.
Like, Alan, I want to be together.
Yeah, but you're like,
I want us to be so happy.
See?
Because I'm an Aries and you're a Libra.
How did that not go viral, guys?
Everything is so lovely.
Right. See, she crushed
Why are you
it.
not happy? Are you depressed?
See, the good news is this new app, you can go ahead and filter all this
I'm
out.
going to call him.
You don't have to hear any of this.
Oh, come on, look at me.
Oh, God.
We're going to spend our life together.
At the very least we can do is give you tickets for putting up with us. So here we go.
No, stop, Klein.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Summer ticket blowout at KROQ can officially begin on this Tuesday morning, and all you got to do is be caller 20 right now at 800-520-1067. Give you some tickets to go see Linkin Park. That is the first pair of tickets we have for you. And if you're not into Linkin Park, well, fear not. Every hour it's new bands. So next hour we got 21 Pilots for you. And then after us, Nicole's got some Lord for you. And then Morrissey and Social D and Pierce the Veil and My Chem and Lumineers and Offspring. And it's all the greatest bands that you'd want to hear on KROQ and see live this summer. Just got to keep on listening and you'll win yourself some tickets. Looking for you, caller 20 right now. Let's go ahead and instantly make your day and week better. If you are planning on joining us for our 10,000 tacos for LA, all we're asking is that you support some local taquerias. You stop by, you order a taco, maybe order more than you normally would, or better yet, like 818 just claimed, I'm going to be bringing tacos from my entire office today.
Cool.
Most of them probably don't even know who you guys are, but I promise you morale will be up. And that's absolutely true. You show up with a bunch of unexpected tacos, hell yeah.
213 said, I started eating only tacos about 2 weeks ago because I'm starting my Lasara weight loss treatment plan.
Great. That's exciting.
They're going on a taco cleanse. That was a thing for a while, a taco cleanse.
So anyway, do our part to help out and make everyone a little bit happier. Let's go ahead and say hi to caller 20. Give away some tickets, then we can get into the complete hour we have in store for you. We'll find out scientifically if the general public considers shrimp a treat or not. Jake was in the streets yesterday for some street science. We'll get to that. And we have someone on the phone that claims our show, Allie, played a very important part in their relationship. And we're not sure if it's good or bad, but we will take that call in a moment. But first, let me say hi to Mario. Good morning, Mario. Good news. Hey, what's up, dude? You are caller 20.
No way. Awesome.
You will win yourself some tickets right now to go see Linkin Park. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.
You're very welcome. Thank you for starting your day with us here on KROQ. And please hold on, all right?
Awesome. Thank you.
No, Mario. Well, what's up with this? When we get back, Allie, from this official anthem of summer, we will say hi to a listener by the name of Rachel, who claims that she was on our show over a year ago for some reason. I don't even know what the reason was. And she needs to talk to us because something we did or said on the show has changed her life forever. And we will get to that after this on KROQ. we are, Klein Alley Show, and waiting to say something to us on the phone right now is listener Rachel, who says our show has changed her life. Rachel, for good reasons or bad reasons?
Great reasons.
Oh, great reasons. Hold on, let's bask in the glory. Is this because you ate 10,000 tacos individually this morning?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Work on it.
What did we do for you?
Well, I wanted to call to give you guys the great news and show the gratitude for Nostradamus, really. Pretty much just want to promote, he's totally real. You guys Nostradamus had predicted my engagement for 2024, and we just got married on Friday.
Whoa, hold on. You called the show at the end of the year when I rubbed my giant nostrils and I predict the future for listeners, and I predicted you would get married, and now here you are calling as a married lady?
Here we are.
That's right.
Who's that guy?
He's really down there.
Yeah. Is he servicing you right now?
That's right.
Is that your husband? Your new husband?
Yeah, and DJ Omar Khan DJ'd our wedding.
No,
too.
really?
No way.
Oh,
Yeah, Rachel and Eric, yeah.
Wait, Omar,
did
this
an
was the wedding you were at?
amazing
I saw Omar posted a picture of him standing by
Yeah,
a
this
toilet.
is the wedding that had a DJ on Friday, so I had to leave early to take care of that. Yeah.
You guys got married, and you claim you were on our show. How long ago were you on our show where we predicted this?
So it was 2023 in December, and then I called back the GOAT line in 2024 saying that we did get engaged, so the prediction came true. And now we're officially married.
Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah, I was able to find a little bit of the original audio if you want to play some of that, Klein. It's in the system for you.
This is apparently Rachel's call from over 2 years ago to us, to Nostradamus.
Yeah, and if you don't know, the show is new to you. We do this really dumb bit every year at the end of the year called Nostradamus, where people call in and Klein rubs his nostrils and tries to predict the future. That should all make sense to you.
I don't think it's that dumb of a bit. Hold on. I'm going to play the clip. Hold on, Rachel. This will take you back to down memory lane. This was from 2 years ago.
All right, Sweet Davis. Love you guys.
Rachel?
Hi, good morning, guys. Okay, Klein, my question
Who's Klein? My name is Nostradamus.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're not even getting the name of the bit right.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I'm Nostradamus, guys. It's not just
I'm so
Nostradamus.
sorry to misaddress. Will I get engaged in 2024?
Okay, hold on.
Big question, Nostradamus.
How many fingers?
How many fingers are in your nostril?
No, I'm talking to Rachel. No,
Oh.
hold on. No, I'm not. Rachel, hold on. Hold on, Robin. Rachel, I sense that you are in a relationship now that you've been in for over a year, correct?
Well, yeah, you're right.
And this is to I'm
Could have
sensing...
said any.
Ali, shut up.
Over 2 days, am I right?
Over a year is a big period of time.
That's not.
I'm sensing a man is in your life right now?
That's true.
Uh-huh.
He's actually a really big fan of the show. He's probably listening right now.
All right, hold on. So this is, obviously you're trying to, will he propose this year? I sense I'm smelling now. You will have a ring on your finger. I actually think it could happen before the end of 2023. Was I right about that?
No, it was October 2024.
Okay,
But
well,
it's okay. It's
Well,
fine.
that was like almost a year later.
Whatever. Nostradamus
Yeah, it
got it
wasn't
right.
even close.
She's close enough. I made another prediction here, I think.
Oh, my God.
I think he's got a Christmas morning or a New Year's Eve proposal planned for you.
Whoa.
Did that happen?
No.
Were you so
I'm really
disappointed? Were you expecting to have a New Year's Eve proposal or Christmas proposal?
No, I mean...
I heard that on the radio, and I wasn't quite ready.
Oh, sorry to put you in that spot. That's on me. I apologize.
So wait a minute. He heard all of this.
Yeah.
So it's not like
I
the
was,
prediction had anything to do with you, Klein.
Shut up, Allie. Yeah,
He
I have a
heard
superpower.
the prediction. So
you're just jealous that you don't have a giant hole to rub.
Really, what I do, but he basically just
Ugh.
put pressure on himself because he heard you, and now he probably has rushed into this marriage thanks to you.
Well, this is, by the way, and we have listeners that are married now, courtesy of this show. But I just want to point out that I did make another prediction that's also a crazier prediction.
And when the relationship goes south and you have petty arguments that are tearing your relationship apart, you call us, okay?
I will definitely do that.
There you go.
I don't want her to hear what I really sense, but he will propose. But I don't sense the marriage is actually going to happen.
Oh.
Did I get that right?
I mean... We're happily married as
Well,
of
it's been a
4
week.
days
It's been a weekend. I mean, easy. Anyone can say happily married for 4 days.
Yeah, I think you're
Right.
still in the annulment period.
All right, well-
Omar, when you were there when they got married, do you think that this couple is really in love?
Oh my God! Yes, the way they look at each other, the way they interact with each other. I mean, their entire family was just amazing. It was a great time. Yeah, I think these kids have a chance.
Gay.
The way they look into each other's eyes. Look at that.
Seriously, Rachel and what's your husband's name?
Eric.
Eric. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. We think it's just cool that KROQ, Klein, and Allie get to be a part of our story a bit. So
just out of
pretty cool
curiosity,
for us.
They even mentioned the story about calling into the radio show in the ceremony.
Oh, no, we made it into the ceremony? Like into the vows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the ceremony, yeah.
Did you say Nostradamus in the vows?
I think they omitted that part.
Why would they leave out the part of the bit? Hey, Rachel and Eric, listeners that just got married, and apparently we predicted this would happen on Nostradamus at the end of the year. Just out of curiosity, I noticed that Allie nor I received an invitation to this wedding. Was there some sort of a numbers issue, or?
I guess
small wedding.
we just didn't know.
Omar, how small was the wedding? Omar was there.
Yeah, I was there, but I was paid to be there. But it was about 50 to 60 people.
Oh, that's not a lot.
It's not that small either, though.
That's small.
Oh, dude, for like nowadays, that's a small wedding for sure.
You're afraid Allie was going to rip through that
I was
buffet?
going to raid the buffet.
Is that what you were afraid?
Oh man, they had the best tacos, dude.
Really?
They were so good.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I would have eaten the crap out
Well,
of those.
hey, congratulations that you're still listening to the show, and this show has kept your relationship spicy.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
All
We
right.
got to go to the show. We got friends. We're
good
actually
question.
headed towards.
Yeah, sorry.
No, shut up. We don't care anymore.
The text line.
By the way, Eric and his best man, who's also named Eric, kept me wanted me to play this.
What's the second
Oh, they've asked you all night at
the wedding.
That's such a great drunk request.
Hey, question, Rachel, because this is from the text line. Did Rachel serve shrimp treats at her wedding? And if you did serve shrimp treats at your wedding, would you consider shrimp a treat?
Well, we didn't. I mean, like, we did have shrimp ceviche, so I guess Jake might be right. Shrimp might be the food of the summer.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Okay.
congratulations, you
Hey.
two. We're happy for you.
Hey, congrats. Hopefully it all goes
Guys,
well.
we're
All right.
super excited.
Thank you
Thanks
for
having us.
getting married and making Nostradamus seem like he knows what he's talking about.
Well, half true.
It's my only prediction I got even a little bit right. When we get back, we will hit the streets to find out once and for all, in this round of street science, do people agree with what I said, that shrimp is a treat?
Say it right.
Shrimp is a treat. Jake went up to 20 people. The first 10 answers will determine whether or not I'm right or wrong, and we will get to that next. Street science after this on KROQ.
Ladies and gentlemen, KROQ. No down payment, no monthly fees, just questionable decisions and a whole lot of wristbands on a KROQ summer ticket blowout. Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win your way into the hottest KROQ shows, including My Chemical Romance at Dodger Stadium July 27th. Linkin Park at Intuit Dome September 13th.
Let you cut me open just to watch me bend. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
The Offspring at Kia Forum August 29th.
With 1,000 eyes in a good disguise, I got a bad
Incubus at the Intuit Dome October 4th. Blink-182 at Acrisure Arena October 5th. And more. A different show every hour on a KROQ summer ticket blowout. Courtesy of Live Nation.
Win tickets all this week on the World Famous KROQ.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Everyone argues that the generation that they grew up in is the best generation because it's their generation. You got to have pride for your own gen, even if you think your gen is not, quote, the greatest generation, which was stolen so early. It seems unfair that I think the greatest generation, those are all the really old people now, right? Didn't they coin the greatest generation?
Did they?
Like the pre-baby boomers. I always feel like that's like,
I thought that was like the World War II people.
yeah, they're like, we're the greatest generation. You steal that so early. What hope do the rest of us have?
Well, I think back then you could just say that stuff.
Yeah,
now I don't know who determines what the generation names are. I guess the same people that determine hurricane names.
Probably. And if you identify as Gen X or Gen Z or Millennial or Zennial, there are so many different categories, and there's always a reason why your generation did the best things for society and why the generation after you is usually screwed. And then there's all this generation on generation bashing. Well, we cut through all of it right now as we have representatives on the phone representing. This week we're doing a Gen Z millennial battle because that seems to be, even though there's a lot of Gen X versus Gen Z, there's still some Gen X versus millennial that happens. This one seems to be the real tricky part. Johnny has a lot of hate for millennials.
Well, I think Gen Z likes to make fun of millennials because we grew up without internet, but also are still living in a digital age. So it's like the millennial pause. Have you heard of the millennial pause?
No.
See, that's the kind of stuff we hate millennials for. Y'all be making up some weird stuff, and it's so one-sided. It's like nobody cares about that.
Johnny and I were having an argument off the air about what things he takes credit for in his generation, and one of the ones he said Gen Z gets credit for is Pilates. And I said, Johnny, I think Pilates has been around since the greatest.
Only hot girls are doing it right now. All the young hot girls are doing Pilates. They're not in the gyms.
I'm doing Pilates.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, Gen Z is called Gen Z because they're the first generation. They're digital natives. They're the first generation to grow up with the internet, and that would be between the late 90s and early 2010s as far as year that you were born. And millennials are defined as people to be born between 1981 and 1996.
So let me say hi to the Gen Z representative on the phone right now, who is, when were you born? What year were you born in, Eliza?
98. I'm 26.
All right, she's 26. Proud Gen Zer, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, you have the entire hopes and dreams of a generation on your shoulders right now. So I hope you take this seriously. You'll be battling a millennial. His name is Matthew. Okay. He's listening to the show right now. Matthew, what year were you born in?
1989.
All right, we got a 1989 35-year-old battling a 1998 26-year-old. The questions, as always, you will have a chance to answer the questions that should be given to the other generation, and then they will have a chance to steal if you cannot answer correctly. So, for instance, Matthew, you will be given questions that will be easy for Eliza to answer, being a Gen Zer. She will be given questions that should be easy for you to answer as a millennial. You get a chance to answer them. If you're wrong, the other person can steal. Allie will keep track, and at the end, we'll determine which generation reigns supreme this week. All right, here we go. First generation to go, the generation that goes first is the generation that was born first, and that puts us in Matthew, the millennial. Matthew.
Yes.
Your first question. If someone is posting something using the hashtag OOTD, what are they posting? Matthew.
OOTD. OOTD.
Matthew.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No answer?
I'm joking.
All right, that is millennial. A chance to steal the question back that she should get. Let's say hi to Eliza for a Generation Z. What would they be posting if they were to use the hashtag OOTD?
OOTD, outfit of the day.
That is correct.
Come on, Matthew.
Popularized by Gen Z. Gen Z gets a point. We now go to Gen Z for their question, which is something that millennials would know, but they would not. Eliza, who was everybody's first friend on MySpace?
I do know this. I know this. My Tom?
Tom
Eliza.
is correct.
Had a girl, baby.
Eliza, how did you say you knew this? Were you going to say, my grandfather was friends with him? How did you?
My older brother is in his 30s.
Got it. See, that's the unfair advantage. All right. So now we have Gen Z goes up 2. Matthew, the question now goes back to you. Generation Wars. Matthew, representing millennials, and they need some help here.
Yeah, I need to step it up.
Matthew, use bussin' in a sentence.
Busted?
Bussin'.
Oh, man.
I was walking to the store the other day. I was bussing.
Oh, no.
Trash.
No.
Sorry, we cannot accept that. For the steal, Eliza, representing Gen Z, use bussin' in a sentence.
This hamburger's bussin'.
That is correct. I would accept that. That's a tasty burger right there. All right. Well, this is not good. She's gotten so far all of her question's correct and all of your questions correct. Eliza, you're up on the clock, up 3-0 right now.
Matthew thinks that when you're on the bus, you're like, I'm bussing.
I'm bussing. I am bussing to school.
Ooh, I'd be bussing.
Eliza,
They're
here
like,
we go.
I'm going to stab you.
Eliza, what music sharing program had a mascot of a cat wearing headphones?
Oh, Justin Timberlake played the guy in the Social Network that made this thing. Oh my God.
Need an answer.
Napster?
Napster is correct.
Oh my God, Eliza.
Wow. Eliza representing Gen Z. Johnny's so excited. He's standing up in the other room. She's up 4 now. I don't think there's a comeback in your future, unfortunately, for millennials, but let's find out. Matthew, here's your next question. What is Delulu short for? What is Delulu short for?
The Lululemons?
Oh my God.
The Lululemons.
Trash, bro.
Christ. Eliza, you want to steal this one back?
Yeah, I mean, delusional, that thinks millennials are better than
That's correct.
Having
That
a
is
mentee
correct.
bee.
All right, so this is not good for millennials, by the way. This is going to be the biggest slaughtering that's ever happened in Generation
clean
Wars.
sweep.
Clean sweep, and there's only one question left. This
323 said, stop dicking around, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, really, the hopes and dreams of millennials are hanging on you, and you are disappointed.
All these acronyms. I'm sorry.
All right, Eliza,
Ridiculous.
here we go.
It's ridiculous.
Let's see if we can trip her up.
Just trying to get off my lawn approach.
Eliza, what store had topless men standing outside of it to try to sell some overpriced jeans and T-shirts?
Oh, I can smell the store. Yes. Oh, it's not Abercrombie. It was Hollister.
Wow. I mean, she's right.
Technically, I would have accepted Abercrombie, but Hollister did that move as well.
They were like, we have even hotter guys.
Both acceptable. Yeah. All right, she gets the point again, and now it doesn't even really matter at this point, Matthew, but let me just try to get you on the board at the very least. Matthew,
Yes.
What is Zyn? What is Zyn?
A little tobacco pouch.
All right,
You put it in your
finally.
mouth.
That's the one thing we want.
A nice red.
Tobacco. Something you'd enjoy with, nice risotto.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations. KROQ Klein Alley Show. 21 Pilots tickets coming up in about 30 minutes. KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout continues. We'll also be on with you for an additional hour. Summer hours rolling on. Keeps us live till 11 on KROQ. Even though you didn't ask for it, you're getting it anyway. Here's the question. Do you consider yourself book smart or street smart? Some people claim that you cannot be both. So if you could pick which smart you are, I would always argue street smart is more valuable in life. Book smart, I know a lot of friends that did not friends, I mean nerds, but people that I went to school.
I know a lot of people I teased
They
that did well in school.
They read books, they got great grades, they were really good street smart, but book smart, but they couldn't figure out a way to survive 15 minutes out in the wild.
I know some people when I went to school with that were super smart, and they're hugely successful.
Yeah, but are they street smart?
No, not necessarily, but they're very rich.
Well, in that case, that's probably better. But regardless, we turn it to the streets for a round of street science. Here we go.
You are now about to witness the strength of street science.
And the question we have is a question that has divided society for years, and that is shrimp a treat? The reason we bring this up is because last week during Little Allie Knows the News, I asked a question. The question was as follows. This summer, this treat has been recalled by the FDA. It was something like 50 pounds or 50,000 pounds of this treat has been recalled from the FDA. When the answer was revealed to be shrimp, everyone on the show gave me a hard time and said, why would you refer to it as a treat? Shrimp is not a treat.
Right.
Ever since then, there's been this debate, so Jake went into the streets with a microphone to ask regular people if they thought that shrimp was classified as a treat.
What's your name?
Diana.
Diana from where?
From Burbank.
Diana, what do you consider a treat?
I like cookies.
Would you consider shrimp a treat?
Sure, why not?
See?
More lukewarm responses.
That's another vote for yes.
I think that
That's
half the
not a
people...
yes.
No, it's not. And I think half the people that are saying yes just want Jake to go away.
That's true.
Well, a lot of people want Jake.
Sure.
It is hot outside, dude.
Yeah.
He's pitting out so hard, dude.
Such a treat. Bye.
This person has an interesting theory of what a treat is.
What's your name?
Barrett.
Barrett from where?
From LA.
Barrett, what would you consider a treat?
A treat? Ooh. I mean, my basic one would be the Pizookie from BJ's.
Oh, Oh, man.
Can't believe in the sentence Pizookie from BJ's, he went with the Pizookie as the treat over the BJ. Is a great treat. Would you consider a BJ a
He
treat?
glossed over BJ.
That's the biggest treat there, but okay. He brings up a good point. Pizookie, the pizza cookie, is a treat.
My basic one would be the Pizookie from BJ's. That's a guilty pleasure. Or Donut Hut in Burbank. And they got the best sugar donuts ever.
Also, he's not wrong. This guy knows treats.
Yeah, he could name specific ones, which a lot of people couldn't do.
So do you think, Allie, when asked the follow-up question, will he consider shrimp to be a treat?
No, he's all in on sweet treats.
Would you consider shrimp a treat?
Considering it'll kill me, probably not.
Well, this guy's allergic to shrimp. It's a terrible guy to ask.
Oh,
Who knew he's allergic?
Is that not the best allergy? I'm allergic to shrimp. Sorry, I can't have it. That's great.
Those poor people, they'll never get an endless shrimp deal.
Think about the people who are allergic to peanut butter and how delicious that is. Shrimp is so
There's
meh.
so many arguments on the text line, including 562 said, guys, drop the mic reason shrimp is a treat, and Klein is right. At Benihana or any other hibachi place, what they do with it when they give you the shrimp, it's the big finale. It's always the excitement. They give you a few extra shrimp. They say, yeah, a little extra shrimp, a little treat.
How's Benihana doing?
Yeah, because they're expendable, dude. Here you go. Nobody cares about this. I'll throw it over there like trash.
Exactly. It's like putting out bread at the table.
When we went into
no one's
this-
like, woo, a
Allie,
treat. It's free.
When you made the dumb argument you made about Joshua Jackson being an A-lister, we sent Jake into the streets, and he talked to a ton of people, and they all basically agreed Joshua Jackson is no A-lister.
Right, and I
you
admit that
accepted it.
I accepted it.
So
yeah,
why
you're
don't
not
you-
accepting this.
What's your name?
Eddie.
Eddie from where?
Sun Valley.
What would you consider a treat?
Chocolate truffles.
There you
Would
go.
you consider shrimp a treat?
Yeah, actually, I would.
Yeah, how come?
They're good. It's not something you find at McDonald's, Jack in the Box, or Burger King.
So there's no treats at Jack in the Box or Burger King?
Not really.
All right, so hey, listen, this guy is, forget his second point.
Nobody's passionate about shrimp,
No,
man.
what do you think?
Just get it.
It was expendable to Red Lobster, too. They were like, let's just give endless amounts of this because who cares?
Shrimp is not only a treat, it's one of the greatest treats. And this guy, listen to this.
Shrimp are bottom feeders. They're filled with poop.
Allie, so are you.
She's right.
They
So
have
are
to
you.
de-poop them before you eat them.
Listen.
That's how much poop is inside of them.
Yeah. Well, that's, by the way, that's every animal you eat.
No, they are especially filled with poop.
You don't think the hamburger that you ate at one point was a cow filled with poop?
What?
But not the meat. What are you talking about, dude? There's no crap in the meat.
All right,
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Listen, we're arguing. Don't argue
It's
with
not
me.
like the whole vertebrae is that black line of just poop.
That's all poop.
Well, okay, it's not poop.
Yes, it is.
Listen.
What do you consider a treat?
A treat for me would be shrimp cocktail.
Right out of the gate. Now, this guy didn't
Okay, what, in the 80s?
This guy did not even get. He didn't even get to the shrimp part of it. The guy, I could have picked anything in the world. He said shrimp cocktail is a treat, and he's right. It's a treat. Shrimp cocktail's a treat.
When you're
effing
going
treat.
to a seafood place, getting a shrimp cocktail is that's exciting, but it's not a treat.
Let's not forget about the coconut shrimp at Outback. Good point.
They do have good coconut
909. The coconut shrimp, I believe it's called the walkabout shrimp or something, is an absolute effing treat.
It's okay. It's more about the dipping sauce.
Yes, it's more about anytime you're naming a good shrimp dish, it's about what it's being cooked in or breaded in. It's not about the shrimp
Jake
itself.
approached this man out of the blue, and he said, name any treat. And the guy said shrimp cocktail. I mean, you're not even like...
But estilo sinaloense.
What's that mean?
That means like a shrimp cocktail, but Mexican style from the state of Sinaloa.
Oh.
Would shrimp by itself be a treat?
Not really.
Yeah.
For me, not
There you
really.
go.
It has to be
What are you talking about? For you just get stupid.
Sinaloa style.
Yeah.
That's just how I was raised.
It's how it's prepared. 818 said, I love shrimp, but it is the cockroach of the sea.
No, lobster is the cockroach of the sea.
No, dude. Lobster is a delicacy.
Yeah, well, that's because it's got a good PR campaign behind it. It's much
So you
more.
think there's not enough PR for shrimp?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you save them?
Well, I'm doing my
You're going
part.
to be the shrimp man.
I will let this This will be the final
a
vote.
shrimping hat.
It's the final vote, Allie. Okay, so we've heard some people, pros and cons. We'll go with whatever this person says. Will determine who wins the argument.
What's your name?
Cole.
Cole from where?
Cole from Burbank.
Cole, what do you consider a treat?
Little brownie, little brownies you get at
You should know
Smart
everyone
Final.
when they're asked to give the example of a treat, and they're giving you sweet things.
Yeah, because the general public is dumb, and the general public usually picks the most obvious answer. But if you were to think about it, what do you get more excited about? When you're at any sort of a party and there's a tray pass, and someone's like, "What do you got on that tray?" Someone's like, "Oh, they got shrimp." People will crowd around that person.
Yeah, but you know what? They'll forget that shrimp and toss it aside if someone's got a lamb shank.
Yeah.
As soon as it's cool until something better comes along.
Yeah,
which
or
is
an egg roll.
Everything
Egg roll's
else.
even better than a
I
shrimp.
will say in shrimp stirred fried rice, I do look for the shrimp more than anything.
By the way, it is the goat of the fried rice. Of all the fried rice out there, the
Yes,
shrimp
but
fried
if you
rice
haven't
is...
added the fried rice, it's just shrimp.
Oh, shut up, Allie.
Would you consider shrimp a treat?
Yeah, I would.
K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show, about to tackle the internet's most elusive riddles for some clickbait, including, Allie, the thing that you're probably doing in the shower that experts are warning you is incredibly dangerous, but you will keep doing it anyway. We will get to that in a moment and much more. Of course, we're going to kick off our 10,000 tacos for L.A. at 10 o'clock on this Taco Tuesday, which is about 20 minutes from right now. So please get ready to start eating a lot of tacos over these next few days so we can do our small part. And details up for what exactly we're looking for on our socials at Klein Alley Show. All right, Internet, let's go ahead and tackle you. It's time for clickbait. Here we go. Bait. All right, start with this one. Bait. Experts are saying that this is officially the worst sleeping position. Experts have looked at all of the different ways that people sleep, and that this position is the worst for a variety of reasons. What do you believe it is, and why is it the worst sleeping position?
I actually fell asleep on my stomach for the first time in a while. I never sleep on my stomach. I am a side sleeper exclusively, but I ended up sleeping on my throat. And I would wake up periodically throughout the night and just go... because I realized I was not able to breathe.
Because of your Adam's apple.
Right. It was blocking the pillow.
Got it.
So I would say for many reasons, sleeping on your stomach is bad.
Interesting. You think that's what the experts will say?
I think it's bad for digestion. I think it's bad for breathing, all kinds of things. Posture.
Jake, what do you think? According to experts, this is the worst sleeping position.
I feel like on your back, straight on your back is the worst because that's like ways you can snore louder and choke easier.
All right, so it's interesting because you guys both made arguments about choking. Allie on her stomach, you the exact opposite. Omar, according to experts, this is the most worst sleeping position, but it doesn't stop people from doing it.
I think the worst sleeping position is, and I'm confident that Klein's very guilty of doing this time and time again, is sleeping while you're watching TV on the couch.
Oh,
in that position,
interesting. Not even going to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, because it messes up the algorithm because of all the shows that play, and then all of a sudden start
and I think it also, you are more prone to, sleep apnea and snoring, and it does close off the airway if you're in that position and you're not, laying flat.
Yeah, falling asleep on my couch usually does alter the sleep I get when I move to the bed. I feel like it is the best sleep.
Yeah, but then you wake up and your neck hurts.
It doesn't matter. Sleep on a couch is always the best sleep. Because it's like we always talk about, it's unexpected sleep. It usually wasn't your plan. It just happened. It was very natural.
Then as soon as you and your mind set out to sleep on the couch, you're like, you're not comfortable.
When people get all sad when someone dies and they say, but they fell asleep, they died peacefully. And that's like what sleep on the couch is. It's like you just peacefully.
I died peacefully in my sleep, tied up sleep.
Exactly. You
just fall asleep on the couch and you get up to go sleep in bed, you can't even go to sleep.
Yes, right. That's because you disrupted your sleep pattern.
Should have been on the couch.
The correct answer, one of you got it right, is, according to experts, the worst sleep position is sleeping on your back.
Oh, wow.
Because lying on your back allows gravity to pull your tongue and soft tissue into your throat, which narrows your airways, triggers snoring, increases the risk of sleep apnea. Over time, the disrupted breathing has been linked to heart disease, stroke, and blood sugar issues.
Nice.
Ooh, damn.
So... Don't do that.
I thought that was like, hey, like when I think of that, when you think of like died peacefully in their sleep, like they're just laying on their back.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe if they weren't on their back, they wouldn't be dying so peacefully. They'd be living. K-Rock, it's clickbait time. Internet's got mysteries and riddles, and we solve them. Bait. All right, we'll go to this next one, Allie. This is why the real reason why flight attendants wear bright red lipstick. You always see they got those really hot lips on flights. You know what you're thinking?
I didn't really notice the hot lips on flights.
There's a reason they claim that they're doing the bright red lipstick on the flight. Why do you think it is?
God, to, I don't know, I guess distract people?
Distract them from what? All the terrible things
The
about
annoying
flight?
parts of being on an airplane?
All right, that's good. Omar, what is the reason flight attendants claim they do the bright red lipstick look on airplanes?
I'm going to guess that sometimes it could get really noisy and it's a little harder for the people that are, by the window to actually hear what the flight attendant is saying, and wearing red lipstick is going to make it a little easier to read the lips.
Oh.
Interesting. They claim there's a reason why, and it's not necessarily because they're trying to sleep with the rich guys in first class, but what is the reason why the flight attendants are wearing the bright red lipstick? Jake?
I swear this is the most clickbaity thing we've ever done. I've never even noticed a flight attendant wearing red lipstick at all, ever.
Is that your answer?
Yes, this is stupid. This is way
This one is really stupid. Is it to compete with all the dogs that are on the airplane?
They got lipstick, I got lipstick. Well, let's compare. Omar's kind of right, but they found that in the event of an emergency, it makes it easier for people to focus on what they are saying by looking at their lips moving, and they can see the bright red, I guess, easier than other colors. It pops. I thought it was to seduce the passengers.
To be like, can I get you another ginger ale?
Yeah, like something. Is that you flirting,
It's
Allie?
like the 50s.
That's
yeah.
really
You
not
gotta
hot.
move your lips like this.
The passengers can read the flight attendant's lips better during a chaotic, loud situation, and passengers might not hear what the flight attendants are saying otherwise, but then they're like, man, look at those DSLs.
Wow, I cannot. I think a really bright lipstick is actually distracting.
Well,
You'd be like, God, my eyes are reflecting off of this giant wild cherry lipstick.
the pilot's accidentally moving the plane in the wrong direction because he was following the lips instead of those like flashing cones on the runway. Oh, sorry. That's why they're all smashing
Giant
into
red
things.
lips.
All right, last one.
Sorry.
This is the last one. It's clickbait. Here we go. This is the one that matters most, guys. Dangerous thing. You're doing it in the shower. You're probably going to keep doing it in the shower, but experts warn it is incredibly dangerous, and yet you are still doing it in the shower. We start this time with Jake the Nerd.
Not using a slip guard.
What?
Well, you should have a slip guard.
What are you, 100? What are
I
you?
mean, people don't do it, right? And then that's how you fall and you break a hip.
Right. Okay. Jake says no slip guards in the shower. Omar, what is the dangerous thing that we're doing in the shower that experts say is very dangerous?
I'm going to go with something that's dangerous. It's very sharp, and I think everybody does this in the shower, is shaving. You're either shaving your legs or shaving your face or shaving your balls.
Oh, it's so dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Well, you never know.
if you slip.
Especially in the...
If you don't have a slip guard.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Yeah, it all goes back to that.
Allie, what is the thing that we're doing that is incredibly
I know
dangerous?
I'm guilty of this, and I'm sure many people are. The water is scalding hot, and it's bad for your skin. It's bad for everything. Every single article I read is like, don't have a super hot shower. I'm like, F you, I'd rather die sooner.
All right, no one got it right. I'm shocked.
Oh.
The most dangerous thing that you were probably guilty of doing in your shower that experts warn you is incredibly dangerous is peeing, and the reason is because it will cause bladder leakage as you continue to age because your body, you start playing tricks with your body, and you go, I'm just standing up in the shower, let them loose.
That's dangerous? It's just bladder leakage?
Wait, bladder leakage, isn't that what you want when you're peeing? Just
I think when you're peeing, you want it, but I don't think you want it when you're not peeing. And I guess the concern is that if you live an entire life of peeing in the shower, eventually your
I only pee in the shower.
your body's... listen, I'm not the expert here.
I can't even go here at work.
This is a dangerous thing, is that people are just going to start peeing their pants?
I'd rather fall and break a hip than have bladder leakage, for sure.
It's
and
dangerous
that's
right
apparently,
there.
according to experts, very dangerous. That's your clickbait. Quick break. Back in a moment with your ADD news, and then we get you what you really want, which is tickets to go see 21 Pilots KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout, and we kick off 10,000 tacos for LA at exactly 10 a.m. this morning here on KROQ.
Klein, the World Alley Famous Show. KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Mornings on KROQ.
Being hurt. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Tickets for you to go to the Kings. Playoff tickets can be yours, and all you got to do is play a little game with us called Johnny Doesn't Know.
Johnny doesn't know.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
I didn't know Vegas was like in Nevada for like a while.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Gelato sounds like Jello.
Johnny doesn't know.
It like goes wiggles.
You got the LA Kings playoff battle against the Edmonton Oilers on Monday, and we've got your tickets to get into that game right now with some Johnny Doesn't Know. If you predict correctly, Allie will write your name down, and one of you will win the tickets to the game. Johnny, you having fun this morning?
It's a great time, dude. It's like a circus back there. It's like Chuck E. Cheese all over again.
All right, wonderful. Is that because Vanessa was the rat at Chuck E. Cheese?
Vanessa's the rat. We got kids.
She's going to come out of
donuts.
retirement and put on a rat costume?
Oh, yeah.
My kids would be starstruck if they knew she was the Chuck E. Cheese rat.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
they love Chuck E. Cheese?
That would be like a celebrity for
Don't
them.
ruin the surprise for them, though.
That's okay. They know it's a tiny Colombian woman inside.
Stop
Hey, let's say hi to Daniel in Los Angeles. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. Shout out to the Net Bangers.
All right, Net Bangers, thanks for watching the show as it continues to chug along on YouTube. You can find us there. You can see Allie modeling the brand new Klein Alley Show diaper for Coachella.
Yeah, I had
You
to
can
take
see
it off for a little bit.
All sorts of stuff that happened. Let's get to the first question for Johnny Doesn't Know. All things Kings related, because Kings tickets are up for grabs. Will Johnny know the answer to this question? What are the 4 suits of Kings in a deck of cards? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
You know, I'm just going to go no by default.
All right.
It's a good default.
When in doubt, no is the answer. Johnny, in a deck of playing cards, what are the 4 suits of Kings? He says you will not know. Do you know? Wow, you look so shocked.
Well, I'm thinking because I think you're going to try to like trick me again and be like, but I'm thinking in my head, like, what type of suits do they wear? Like, is it like, there's a king and a queen, but like, what type of suit? Like, if they have the ruffle collar thingy around
you're
their
right.
neck?
You're going
picture?
the right. Yeah, you're definitely moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. You're on the right track.
I'm definitely not in the right direction then if you're saying, yeah, I'm in the right direction.
Johnny's
All right,
getting
going
smarter.
there.
All right, so the first suit is ruffle. What are the 4 suits of Kings in a deck of cards? That is the
Joker.
question. He said you won't know. Joker. Okay,
Joker.
there's 1.
He's not a king though, but Joker's like in the court world.
Yep.
Queen.
That's 2.
No, that's 3. Joker, king, queen.
Okay, you're right. Sorry about that. That's 3.
And the ace.
And the ace.
The
That's
ace.
That's your
You just
answer.
named 4 cards.
Yeah, what were they wearing? I don't know what the queen was wearing. Probably like a dress.
Talk more about the suits.
Okay, so like the king's wearing like the ruffle thingy. The queen's also wearing the ruffle thingy around her neck. But then back then though, they both wore that because it was like ambidextrous to wear that. So they could both wear it.
Well, that is also
now,
wrong.
Do you know what the word ambidextrous means,
That's not.
Johnny?
Let's
left-handed and right-handed, yeah. But in this case,
Johnny, let me backtrack here. You're so far off. By the way,
You said I was close
Daniel,
away.
congratulations, you got that right. Johnny,
Thank you.
have you heard about when people say the term suits of the cards have suits?
I don't play cards or gamble or anything. I don't know this world.
Okay. All right.
What is it, though?
You've ever heard of like diamonds, King of Diamonds,
Spades?
There you go.
There you go.
You got any other ones?
Joker?
Nope.
No.
Queen.
All right, Daniel, hold on.
Queen. You're just going back to the same answer.
I
It
don't
was
know
right before.
Johnny, King.
Everything made more sense when your kids were in here. How is that possible?
It's crazy. I know. Johnny's not my kid, by the way, if you're just joining us.
Wow.
Johnny, diamonds, clubs, spades, and
Cards. I don't know.
all right, forget
Hearts.
it.
Hearts.
Fine.
Oh, hearts.
Let's say hi to Will, Costa Mesa.
Club of Hearts. Okay.
Nope, also wrong.
Wait, what?
Will?
Club of
welcome,
Hearts.
welcome to KROQ. Good morning.
What's up, Klein and Alley?
Hi.
Would you call this an educational show
Sweet
today?
divots.
Sweet divots. All right, the questions are all things about Kings. Up for grabs, tickets to see the Kings. All you got to do is predict, will Johnny know or not know? This one's dangerous. King Arthur became king after he pulled a what out of a what? Will Johnny know this?
Oh, wow.
No.
Do you know
No.
this, Will? Don't say it, but do you know this?
I do.
Okay, I just want to make sure these questions are not impossible. Johnny,
This
King
is
Arthur.
probably the most famous king story.
I
of all
would
time.
think so too, but Ali, I second guess everything here. Johnny, King Arthur became king after pulling a what out of a what? He says you will not know.
Is it like at Disneyland? Like in Fantasyland? Like in Disneyland, they have that one photo op place where you could pull the little
interesting.
sword
Out of the what?
out of the rock. You can pull the sword out of the rock.
Wow.
Right?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Are you looking at me for validation?
Will.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Will in Costa Mesa, I'm sorry. You said Johnny wouldn't know, and the sword out of the stone.
Stone, yeah.
Yeah,
the sword
that
stone.
is the sword out of the rock. We will accept that as the right answer, even though he didn't know, but still, interesting how he gave us that, but he
I
got it.
right, yeah. Let's
You
go.
kind of backed into it just with Disneyland experience, which is interesting. I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
expecting that.
Say hi to Alvin and give him a shot as well. It's Johnny Doesn't Know All Things Kings. Tickets up for grabs to go see the Kings playing hockey on Monday. Playoff Kings hockey. Johnny, here we go. Johnny, this is a Burger King question. Another king.
Yes.
If a Whopper weighs a quarter pound, how many Whoppers would you need to eat a pound of burger? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
I have no faith in him. I'm going to say no.
All right, Johnny. If a Whopper weighs a quarter pound, how many Whoppers would you need to eat a pound of burger?
Allison, hand me my paper and pen.
Oh, boy. He's
Gotta draw some burgers.
I got to
There you
draw
go.
the burger actually
Draw
first.
some burgers. This is not a joke. You can watch this happen live. If you want to see a man's head look like it's on the verge of exploding, you can check out YouTube right now. Johnny's attempting.
Wait, what burger though?
You've drawn one burger.
It is let's just
Whopper.
call it a Whopper because it's Burger King.
Those are pretty big actually too.
But
He
I've
told you how
the
much.
weight.
Oh wait, how much was it?
Quarter pound.
A quarter pound, yeah.
You don't need to draw those tomatoes.
But wait.
That's better with tomatoes.
Yeah, cheese or no cheese?
Have it your way.
Vanessa's yelling in my ear that we are way behind on time, so you need an answer kind of quickly. How many quarter-pound hamburgers from Burger King would you have to eat 1 pound of burger? He says you will not know.
A quarter of a pound. Because it's a quarter of a pound. But that's even at McDonald's, though. That's not at Burger King. Quarter pound, how much is a quarter pound of a quarter pound burger?
No.
Is a quart.
How many?
How many is a pound?
How many would you have to eat to get to a pound?
Oh, 4?
Wow!
4 cheeseburgers.
Alvin, you should. I mean, listen, he looks
There
confused.
you go. I love it.
He drew it, and that means only one person was successful in this edition of Johnny Doesn't Know. Daniel.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You're going to go see the Kings play hockey on Monday.
Nice.
Get excited. And
Go Kings,
thank
go.
you. Quick break. More show after
Thank
this.
you.
Show. Let's find out what's going on in the world together with a look at your ADD news on this Tuesday morning.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, what is the worst way to die? I would argue falling into the mouth of an open volcano is definitely a contender. Thankfully, this one guy fell the other way, so he's alive. He was in Hawaii trying to get a better view of the Kilauea, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, volcanic, huh?
That's right.
That's right. Volcanic eruption, which was spewing lava fountains that were 1,000 feet high, which, of course, a lot of people wanted to see and get a closer look at. Because, you know, when there's hot lava, you got to get close to it. People were climbing up to this nearby ridge, and it was so crowded that they had to have first responders monitoring this ridge because everybody was getting so close to it and it was pitch black. And this guy had no headlamp, no phone, and which is just stupid if you're going to the volcano because you're not going to go get a picture of that.
That's the dumbest part of the whole thing. Who's going to believe the guy?
Went with no phone?
They can't prove it. Why get so close?
I mean, this is the only way he can prove it, that he fell.
Right. As he had to, I don't have a phone. I guess my only option is to fall and make the news.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta fall in this thing.
So because he couldn't see, he fell. He fell about 30 feet. He would have fallen another 100 feet if a tree hadn't broken his fall. If that tree hadn't have been there, he would have fallen straight into a giant magma chamber, which would have definitely killed him. And then they had to get, a bunch of first responders to rappel down the cliff, scoop him up, and then, lift him out of the magma chamber.
I thought when the volcanoes are very active like this, they shut down the whole areas around there.
That's what I thought, too. I'm like, how are people just going to a nearby ridge to see this?
Well, there's a national park there. There's a hotel where you can, in a restaurant where you can get pretty close. And if you just go around, the barrier, super easy. You could get, you could just look right over into, the cauldron.
I know there's certain things people, I guess, that are popular, tourists, whatever, excursions. that I have zero interest in. Like helicopter sightseeing tours, I have no interest
Oh,
in
no,
that
I've
at
done
all.
that. That was fun.
Zero interest.
I agree with
Climbing
you, though,
to the top of a volcano, no interest.
Why not?
Zero.
That sounds awesome.
Well, you kind of know.
That sounds great.
It's not like
no, you don't know until you're there. Like I took a helicopter tour through the Grand Canyon, and then I was like, it's going to be fine, and it was amazing. It was so awesome.
It's a natural wonder of the world.
I don't like natural wonders. I like man-made wonders. The iPad.
Wonders made by a man.
Every wonder is made by a man, or it's not a wonder to me. In fact, to be honest, what's wonder about that? I was just there.
But I will say that one time I did some kind of a truck drive through a volcanic area, and it was just a bunch of dark rock, and they're like, these rocks are so cool, and I was like, this is horrible.
Right. Yeah, because there's miles and miles of it, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
and you can't really get close to the mouth of it unless you hike up, and I wasn't going to do that, so it was just kind of looking at a bunch of gross rocks and
by the
being
way,
like, okay.
For the record, Omar, I did watch a volcano explode on the Las Vegas Strip, and I've seen it, and it's
That's
incredible.
just the hotel.
That's
It's the
another
Mirage
man-made
Hotel.
wonder.
It was man-made wonder, and it was wonder.
Take a helicopter tour of it.
I would. I absolutely would.
All right, if you buy a famous house, you know what's coming with the territory, whether it's the Full House house or the Sex and the City house, the Breaking Bad house. You know, if you live there, you're going to have a bunch of YouTubers peeping you when you're trying to slum out your bathrobe. And the owners of the Breaking Bad house have hated the attention for a while now. In January, they already put the house up on the market for $4 million. It has not sold. But one of the owners just resorted to spraying a bunch of people with a hose to get them to go away. She says that it's gotten so bad she can't even live anymore.
We average 300 cars a day, visitors. I am surrounded by a 6-foot wrought iron fence, security cameras all the way around, and sometimes the police are here. I'm done.
Influencer Danny Duncan had some fun with Joanne, encouraging her to spray onlookers with a hose.
Get him, Joanne.
Oh my God.
This is the house.
Get him, Joanne. That's New Mexico for
This
you.
is the house where everyone was throwing pizzas on the roof at.
Yeah,
right?
that was a good time before they put up the stupid fence.
And then they fenced it off. But I'm telling you, I used to, when I lived in L.A. like 6 houses ago, I lived 2 houses away from the Friday the 13th house.
Cool. Was that
And
one busy?
It was busy constantly. And
that was like just south of Sunset or something, right?
Yes. Yeah, right. Like just between Sunset, kind of, Fairfax area. And it was, at first, I didn't realize it was going to be consistent. I thought, today's a busy day when we first moved in. And then I realized it was literally every day.
And did it annoy you? Even though it wasn't
Not
your
really,
house?
because these tour buses would drive by, and a lot of people would take pictures, and it wasn't our house. But there was the moment where some people, you could tell, were taking pictures of our house, and they were disappointed when they realized it wasn't like the house.
You should have sprayed him with a hose.
And I
Get him, Klein!
should have gotten a hose out. It's my own fault. But I could understand why, even though they bought the house.
Yeah, you bought the house knowing, though, I think.
And I think that they think it's all fun and kitschy and all that stuff. And then
I'm surprised they haven't been able to figure out a way to make money off of this.
That's
the
That
point.
was like with a lot of these houses, though, because the Full House house, I'm sure the first person that bought it after the show was like, I'm going to make millions on this house. And then I feel like these houses just keep getting sold and resold, and nothing really happens.
Well, the problem is people can see them so easily from their car. You got to put one of those giant termite tarps over the whole house, and then until people pay.
Yeah,
they're
you
going to
put
pay
like
to
a
see it.
$5 bill in it, and they'll just like it's like a peep show.
Right.
That's
a
great idea. The windows, put in $5 more.
Dirty house peeper.
If not, you're just giving away the good stuff for free. I mean, why buy the cow, right, guys?
Exactly. Bad news for basic bitches in Southern California. The National Weather Service would like you to stop burning candles. It is your one comfort, and they want you to stop right now. Candles and incense apparently are contributing to the air pollution, which is already bad in LA, but I guess it's worse right now because of some crap coming down to us from Coachella Valley. So for now, they would like everyone to help keep the indoor air clean by not burning candles, no incense, no fireplaces, which even in the summer, a basic bitch will take a crackling fire no matter what the weather is. And they also want us to stop grilling.
What?
No. What? Get out of here with that.
This
is the best time, right, Klein?
Hold on. Who's they? Wait, hold on. Who's they want us to stop
Candles,
grilling?
whatever.
I don't care about
Incense, shut
candles.
up.
Take the candles. Grilling. Stop grilling?
I know, in the summer.
It's the grilling time.
And then I guess this would only affect Omar, gasoline-powered lawn equipment.
No, all my stuff's electric.
Okay.
Yep.
So they think that this is going to help. But the one thing they said to do, which you'll
Why
be
would that
happy
affect
about.
Omar, Allie? That's so racist.
No.
Why would you say it would
Because
affect
he
Omar?
loves
Yeah, that's a good
gardening.
point, Klein. What are you trying to say here, Allie?
Hold on. Allie,
What's going on here?
Oh, it would affect
Sorry, it'll
Omar?
affect Vanessa and Johnny as well.
Okay, great.
Okay, let's be fair. Thank you.
Thank you for making it even. That is so problematic for so many reasons. Well, there you have it. You get it like it is on this show. Allie is offended. That's Allie the white lady.
But you can keep your windows closed and run your AC.
Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, welcome to just after 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, a Taco Tuesday. And the number 10 is significant because earlier this morning we made it our mission to pledge 10,000 tacos to L.A. Do your part. Stop and get a taco. Support some of these local taco stands. Business is struggling for a variety of reasons as to what is happening in Southern California right now. And we are doing our small part and really looking for more excuses to eat more tacos, but also potentially helping to change some lives for the better. And if you can be a part of it, that'd be great. Johnny is out right now picking up some tacos from one of the local taquerias by the radio station. There used to be 3 or 4 on the side of the street. Now there's down to just 1, I believe.
They're officially open, though.
They are open. 10 o'clock. It's taco time. So let's make it happen. And if you could, please get some tacos, take a picture, tag us in it at Klein Alley Show. And you could use the hashtag 10,000 tacos for LA or 10K for LA, regardless. Do your part. And by the way, 10K tacos is a lot better than running a 10K, someone pointed out.
Yeah, and if we really put our minds to it, there was another texter who was like, why not 1 million?
Why not 1 million? Great question. Why stop? Let's just see if we can get the 10K and do our part to add a little bit of fuel to the local taco economy here in Southern California, and then we move on from there. Call it 20 right now. Let's give you some tickets. KROQ's summer ticket blowout is officially happening, and because we are doing some bonus summer hours, you're not used to hearing our voices after 10 o'clock. I get it. Still weird being here. This is like the second time I grabbed my stuff and started walking out, and then Vanessa goes, turn it around, pal. Turn it around. So here we are.
I bet we got food coming, so
we
that
got
makes it better.
tacos on the way, so this will be the greatest hour of your life, and we got tickets for you. Call it 20 right now, 21 Pilots. That's the band we have in store for you as we get into a brand new hour of the show, and perhaps the greatest hour of your life. So call us now and be a winner. Lots to get to this hour, including an old people secret, help you live forever. We got that to look forward to.
It's a good one.
And much more. So if you need us, there's lots of ways to interact. The phones are full now, but they will not be soon. 800-520-1067 to call or to text. And thank you for discovering and or rediscovering KROQ in the mornings on 106.7. KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show, but enough about us. Let's go ahead and make this about caller 20, which puts us on Tito. Good morning, Tito.
Yo, what's going on? Let's go.
San Pedro, caller 20, which means you get yourself some tickets to 21 Pilots. Congratulations.
Let's go. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it.
Tito's Tacos.
Hey, yeah, do your part now and go eat some tacos today and spread the word and bring tacos for others. Get yourself a taco, get someone else a taco, share a taco. You know how it goes, Allie. We're just going to give everyone tacos.
Let's go.
We've got our first platter coming right now as soon as Johnny gets back from the taqueria, if he can find his way back to the KROQ studios. And thank you, Tito. Hold on for your 21 Pilots tickets. You'll have another chance to win every hour, all day long, including coming up with Nicole in less than an hour. And those tickets will be to go see Lord.
Klein, if you are, say, going to dinner with a friend, but you're taking separate cars.
Always do.
Yeah, I'm totally about the separate cars. I'm fine with helping the environment and everything, but you just want to go your separate ways. You don't want to have to carpool back to the house and do that weird, like, should we hang out? Should I go?
Sometimes I'll even do separate Ubers.
Just one person in each Uber?
Yep, that's right. I like to keep it all separate.
So ridiculous.
Everyone likes their space.
But the one person will do that thing where they're like, well, I know where it is, so why don't you follow me?
That's like a lost art form.
And I feel like that is something that people just don't do anymore. When I was with my mom over the weekend, she was like, oh, well, we were all going to the same place, obviously. And she was like, just hop in the car and follow me.
That's not
and it was a long distance, a 1 hour drive.
Following someone, which used to be a go-to move, especially if you had multiple cars going to the same place.
Oh, my God. Remember like 3 or 4 cars all following
It's like an adventure, though. You know, you get a little bit of a...
Right,
it's like, oh, they got over. How am I going to get over? There's a car in front of us now in the middle. What are we going to do?
Right.
How do we get around this?
Right.
Especially if the lead car has no etiquette,
Yes.
that makes it more of a challenge.
There's a lot of pressure on the lead car because the lead car is the one that cannot do the thing where they kind of run the yellow, knowing that they're going to leave their buddies in the dust.
Because then you got to do the sad pullover. You got to pull over and wait for them to go through the light.
And then, you know, that driver's thinking, God damn, can't these a-holes keep up?
Right,
I know.
Right. It's a tough position to be in, but also to be the back car has got its own issues you got to deal with as well. And I actually used to be a big fan. High school was a big fan of the follow move because it was almost like a fun funeral procession.
Yeah.
Like a funeral procession is not usually fun at all. And that's a big follow
But
move.
it does require skill, I think, on both sides because there's somebody who's just not a good follower and they're lagging behind. And
Allie's a great follower in the world.
yeah. I'll follow anybody.
It's also a good way to ditch someone if you don't want to be with them.
That's true. But now, because of Google Maps, like my mom is going, well, you follow. And then she calls me in the middle of it, like, I think I lost you. I was like, Mom, I have it in Google Maps. We don't need to do this anymore. We don't need to follow each other. We both have the same address. We're going to get there at similar times. And you don't need to freak out when you've, quote, lost me because this just isn't necessary.
I've also followed the wrong car before in the game of follow, which is never fun. Like, that's because sometimes it's like, oh, it's a black Tesla, and I'm just behind the wrong idiot in a black Tesla.
And then they pull over and they're like, what do you follow me for, you freak?
Yeah, but that was a pretty standard. That would be one of those things where you talk to future generations about, and you're like, how did you used to get places? But like, it's the first person knew where we were going. We'd all just follow them.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, what? That's so weird.
And that
Klein, you must hate the follow because don't you like constantly on a daily basis think somebody's following you?
I pretend when I have a long drive or when I want to make my drive more exciting, I pretend one of the cars behind me is following me.
Just for nostalgia.
And then, for throwback. And then, like, sometimes I'll do a move where I pull over like Top Gun and let them like go right by me, and then I feel like I lost them, and it makes me feel good. But there are definitely times where
it takes you so long to get home.
It does a lot of days. There's times when like cops, you know, when there's a cop behind me, I always assume I'm being followed. I'm very like.
Well, that's a following that's never going to go away.
Right, that feeling, that follow. But the idea of groups of friends. Because a lot of times you'll say, just give me the address, and people will go, no, just follow them. They won't even want to give it away. Or if you know, like a shady parking place, the only time I could think that still works now is, let's say you're going somewhere, and they're like, follow me, I got a good place where we can ditch our cars.
For the last time I've really, truly followed someone, I followed Jake because he had a specific parking hack
he couldn't even
near
explain
Burbank
where it is,
Airport, and he couldn't even tell me where.
It's on an unmarked road.
And,
the road doesn't
even have a name. There's
name.
one specific stretch of that road. It was like 3 or 4 different, it was like a 100-yard stretch, you know, where you could park. And you can't explain that to everybody. You have to follow them.
If we end up doing this Vegas trip this summer that we're trying to put together, I'm sure
one long train.
I'm sure this company's way too cheap to fly anyone anywhere. So maybe at the very least, we could do like bring back the convoy and do like a legitimate, like we're all meeting here and then we're following.
Just one person at the front.
A lot of pressure.
So many followers.
We got to all get through the light on La Brea.
Someone has to pee. Pass it
And now I understand why it's been replaced by better technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, KROQ. No down payment, no monthly fees, just questionable decisions and a whole lot of wristbands. On a KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout. Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win your way into the hottest KROQ shows, including Turnstile at Exposition Park, October 4th. Lord at the Kia Forum, October 18th.
Never be royal.
Bleachers at Great Park Live, October 25th. Heim at the Kia Forum, October 9th. Back with the Pacific Symphony at the OC Fair, July 30th. And more. A different show every hour on a KROQ Summer Ticket Blowout. Courtesy of Golden Voice.
Hey, this is Beck. Keep it on KROQ to win.
All right. Well, this is something I'm sure I'll regret later. But here
Get
you go.
on with it.
For your entertainment, I guess, why not, right?
Let's do it.
It was a Friday a few weeks ago, middle of January, where I got a call just after the show was ending from my wife that said, do you have my car? And I said, I do not have your car. And she said, well, then it was stolen. And I said, that's impossible. And lo and behold, the car was stolen. Had to go to LAPD. Clearly, it is not a priority because cars get stolen all the time. We heard from quite a few of you that have shared many stories of cars getting stolen, some getting found, some never getting found. And we got to a point where earlier this week, they officially deemed her car a total loss. And through insurance and everything else, we were able to basically, she got her new car over the weekend. So I thought it would be the perfect time to have Jake call her as a police officer. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
It's great. It's a great idea.
And so Jake decided to call and say, I know he didn't say he knew she had a new car. I knew that, but that they found her other car and it was in this was her biggest fear, is that she would get her car back in drivable condition, but it would be so disgusting that she would never be able to
drive it again,
even though she would have to drive it again. So rather than be the supportive husband that I try to be on a regular basis, I decided, let's try to do something that could be fun for the show. And already I regret this, so take a listen. This happened yesterday after the show, and I have not stopped hearing about it since.
Hello?
Hello, is this Danielle Klein?
Who's this?
This is Officer Medina with the LAPD North Hills Division.
Hi, yes, this is her.
Hi, great. I'm calling to inform you that we have found your Land Rover attempting to cross. Yeah, it was attempting to cross the border yesterday.
No way. Yeah. I literally just went through insurance and I just got my new car.
Oh, that's
so
great.
What does that mean, though? I mean...
well, the good news is it's not a total loss. There are some scratches to the driver's side door. You're going to have to get a couple new tires and wheels. But you will have to come down to a San Diego tow yard and pick it up.
Wow. Okay, this is... so now I don't understand. What do we do?
Oh, well, yeah, you'll have to come down and pick it up.
And then, do you happen to know if, like, any of the stuff that was in it was left in there? Probably not, right?
Well, there's probably... I'm sure these are not your items, because it appears as if the thieves were using the car as some sort of mobile drug lab. We found
those are not...
Yeah, we found
it would be kids' stuff, so...
I'm sorry?
It would be kids' stuff in there.
Oh, yeah. We found an abundance of paraphernalia normally associated with labs and shoot-up sites. So you might want to hire a professional biohazard team to get rid of all that residue and needles, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want that. I guess that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you mind if I add my husband into this call?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, because I'm not... Hold on one second. Kevin?
Hi.
You're on with the sheriff.
I'm Officer Medina with the
You found my car.
LAPD North Hills Division.
What?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we found your car attempting to cross the border into Mexico yesterday.
Being used for drug paraphernalia.
Well, it appears as if they're using it as a mobile drug lab. Right now, there's an abundance of paraphernalia in the car. It also appears as if they used the vehicle to transport livestock. There's a leftover droppings and feed, and a smell that might not be able to get removed in the car. But we did recover a car seat that has also been soiled, and a brown coat was found in the car.
Oh my God!
Were any of those items yours?
The car seat, and if it's a brown coat, yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, those are still there for you. But the car is in a tow yard in San Diego, and you might want to pick it up as soon as you can because each day it's a $125 fee that will accumulate.
I guess Kevin, I don't understand this.
Can you go?
What? Me? San Diego?
It's in San Diego?
Is this something that we can talk to insurance? I mean, I don't want a car back either that had drugs in it with kids and drop-ins.
Danielle, the problem is that they found the car. It's now we have to...
I don't think so with insurance.
Officer, is there some amount of days where you have to find it where it's not considered a total loss? Because
yes, if we find it within 90 days, it's still your responsibility. So I believe I have it here as January 17th. Is that the day?
I don't know. I don't even know.
This is insane. I've never... But nobody's going to drive around a car with droppings and drug...
Well, you'll be surprised what some of these addicts will do to a car and what they can live with. It is insane. But.
Yeah, I'm not driving around with kids. That's considered. We got to get insurance on the phone.
They've gone in the car too, though, before the kids. So.
What?
Well,
what are you talking about, Kevin? He's talking about the new. What are you talking about? He's talking about my old car. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was telling your wife that you're going to have to get a professional to clean for the biohazard and the smell, animal droppings, etc.
Then I'm going to call and see if we can give back the new car because...
No, listen, I'm not driving around a car that had drugs all over it and droppings. That's insane. We need to get on the phone with
but we can't have two cars. We're going to have to pay for both cars now because they found it.
I think we need to get in touch with insurance, Kevin, right? Because you can't do anything
Well, I feel like the first step should be trying to recover your car as soon as possible. Like I said, each day it incurs a fine.
So how much do we owe you to this point?
Well, right now, it's the first day will be... Oh, it's not even to me. It's to the tow yard. It'll be $125 per day.
Hold on. All
right.
We need to get Shim and insurance on the phone, okay?
Hold on. Does anyone on this call's husband work in radio?
What?
I have a wife.
Is it possible this whole thing is a prank?
Kevin?
Mr. Klein.
I love you, baby. It's a prank.
Oh, my God. I hate you. Kevin. No, not okay.
Now you know you don't have to pick up a car in San Diego. She hung up. All right.
It's just Jake sitting by himself there.
Oh, man. I'm just alone in a room now.
It took me a second to realize she hung up.
I can't believe Beetlejuice called your wife.
I don't know
to say the car was recovered.
I regret that, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. First time hearing you guys after 10 o'clock, says 323. It's a treat like shrimp. Well, there you go. Well said. Right. It is a treat like shrimp. We got a secret that will help you live forever if you would not like to die today. And I hope you listen to the old people because the elderly community, especially what are they called? The super
centennials?
Centenarian.
Oh, centenarians.
Super centenarians, the ones that live past 100
now. How
can
Vanessa randomly pronounce centenarian?
Crazy.
Because we have to look up old people's secrets every week.
I know, but you can't even say Jack Black right.
Yeah.
So that was surprising.
Centenarian.
Oh, boy. She can't even say succulent, but she can say centenarian.
That's amazing. All right.
Anyway, we have Old People Secrets on the show each and every week. We listen to the old people. If you want to learn, you have to listen to what they say because it's worked for them, or are they sabotaging us so that we all die off young and they get all the glory? It's time for Old People Secrets. Here we go.
From chicken brain to drinking rain, not getting laid, they call me the barmaid.
They call me the barmaid.
That's right. Let's live forever with sweet dibbit.
Sweet dibbit.
Time for some old people secrets.
This person's very old, 110. We go 110-year-old today. Which,
Do you think Vanessa could say it 3 times in a row?
No way. You want to go $20?
Yep.
All right, $20. Me and Omar. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Centenarian, centenarian, centenarian.
Whoa!
It's because it's written in Spanish. Like, it makes sense. The writing of centenarian makes sense in my brain.
Okay.
So I can say it.
The writing of every other word
does not.
If
including
the
white and
English word
black.
doesn't make sense how it's written, then it doesn't make sense how to say it.
Wow.
Could she say the comedian Sebastian that we've given tickets away to before? Could she say that name 1 time in a row?
Sebastian Vanish something.
And Ricky.
Rick and Gervais.
Okay,
Ricken.
Ricken.
That's 2 syllables, everyone.
That old piece of furniture, the old Rick and Gervais. All right. Well, anyway, she's gotten so. That's the one word. That's your word.
Wow, that's so cool.
What's the word again?
Centenarian.
Wow.
Unbelievable. My mind is blown. Anyway, here's a centenarian, as Vanessa said, who wants to share with us the secret. So here we go.
In the South Valley, family and friends gathered to celebrate an amazing birthday.
Yeah, Dolly Pedrosa is 110 years old.
Now, that is 110's real, but that is also old. And Dolly is one of them names, man. It's like one of those old names that's kind of making a resurgence now.
I've seen it as a good dog name.
Great dog name.
It's a good dog name.
But that's usually the life cycle. It's a old person name, then we kind of test it out with dogs. It rolls for a bit, and then we start going, let's give it back to babies again. Let's bring it back to the humans.
Yeah, but anyone named Dolly who's 110 does not have any teeth left.
No, she doesn't listen.
Dolly Pedrosa is 110 years old.
Working in the field.
Oh, man. She's having a great time.
So she's loving life
is
right
lucid.
now. Because she's getting that medicated applesauce. But regardless, we're about to find out what is her secret, and we can all put in our bets.
She was born on November 29th in 1913. In 1930, at age 17, Dolly married her sweetheart, Jack Russell.
A dog.
Oh.
She married a dog. Jack.
Again, a great person name.
Right. Yeah, that's
so old
that eventually named it after a dog
the
species.
dog breed was named after that guy. That's the original
breed, yeah.
Jack Russell. That's unbelievable. That's crazy. That really is old right there. My God. That's
In 1930, at age 17, Dolly married her sweetheart, Jack Russell, and moved to California 5 years later.
I think they call it California back then.
Oh, back in the it didn't have the A at the end.
She had 7 children during her 41-year marriage before Russell passed away.
That's good for a dog. That's a good life right there. That's
great dog
You got to do the math.
Dolly remarried and has 2 stepdaughters. Dolly let us in on her secret to a long life.
All right, 110. So she must know something. And obviously she married the dog, had a good long marriage there, got married again. But what do you believe she will say is the reason that she was able to successfully live to 110?
She's going to say, stay regular.
Stay regular as far as what?
Bowel movements.
Okay, stay regular with the bowels. Jake?
You gotta have fun and not take yourself so seriously.
Not take yourself so seriously. Omar, what will be her secret?
Since she doesn't have any teeth, she lost them due to having a sweet tooth. So I think she's going to say something like, have a sweet treat every day.
Sweet treat, like shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Treat.
I'd love her to say that just so they don't have to get off
oh, thank you. Back to you, Tom.
The reporter would have to put on that hurricane gear they wear when she just was sure to say that. All right, here we go. This is the answer.
Wait, Vanessa.
Oh, yeah, Vanessa, what is her secret for a long life?
Just be friends with dogs, not cats.
All right, here we go. This is an old lady, and she's 110, so what she says must be pretty much as good as God speaking, because she's the same age.
Dolly let us in on her secret to a long life.
Just eat whatever I want to eat. Go to bed when I want to go to bed.
We love it. Dozens of family and friends saying happy birthday.
We love it. We thought we'd get something better, is what that really means.
Oh, man, that's not good.
We love it. Dozens of family and friends saying happy birthday to her. 110.
Eat what you want to eat and go to bed when you want to go to bed.
Oh, we love it.
All right, we love it again. When you say it twice, we really don't
We
believe you.
really do love it.
All right, so if you want to live forever, just listen to that woman. We've never had a repeat old people secret, which means clearly there is no rhyme or reason to it. But Dolly eats what she wants to eat. Oh, we should have pointed out she's 9,000 pounds. She's very big, Dolly. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Good morning. officially Taco Tuesday, and we are celebrating by making a pledge that between us and our listeners, we believe that we can help purchase an additional 10,000 tacos to help some of the many taco vendors that are having hard times right now with all that is happening with the ice raids here in Southern California. Some afraid to set up shop, others losing business. People are not there buying as much as they used to. They are. It's something that we didn't realize was as big of a deal as it was until we had our buddy Memo from LA Taco join us last week, and he said that it's one of the things that we're not necessarily seeing, but it is a huge thing. So this morning we made this a commitment, and we will hopefully continue doing this. And someone said, let's just do 1 million tacos, and why not? It is selfishly a reason we can eat more tacos, but selflessly, it's a way that we can help our community.
The crowd used to be 10 deep, and now there's barely a line.
It's not a joke. They took all my employees.
They're afraid. Or people that are come, to get a quick bite are not coming out because they're scared to be out.
ICE has started to abduct taqueros at taco trucks.
Business is so bad, he's parked his food truck for now and won't take it out.
This area is usually packed shoulder to shoulder, but in the days since the ICE began its raids, business here has basically collapsed. Collapse.
10,000 tacos for LA.
About to make our first big taco purchase. Johnny is right now standing at a taqueria. Johnny, where are you?
I'm right here at Leo's Tacos on the corner of Venice and La Brea.
And crowd of people are pretty thin right now. It's a little early in the morning for many to enjoy tacos, but not us.
Yeah, we're right here at Rope Shop, but I'm here with a couple customers, and they're still setting up tables and canopies. But yeah, we're here.
Are you spreading the word about our campaign for 10,000 tacos for people to step it up, buy an extra taco, bring some tacos to friends, eat tacos when they were normally going to do spaghetti?
Yes, I'm here with a couple locals who are translating for me with the people that work here at the taco truck, and it seems to be going good so far.
Translating into what? English? Because you speak Spanish too, don't you?
Yeah, pero mi español es muy malo. Estoy aprendiendo.
What do you need from them? Do you need anything, or just letting them know that?
Oh, no, I'm getting a translation really quick. Hold on. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You think they're translating into Johnny in English?
We're here to order tacos and have all of our listeners spread the word that we're going to try to eat 10,000 tacos and help small businesses all around Los Angeles.
You're going to pay for them now? Or?
Yeah, we're going to order tacos. Yeah, we're going to get tacos and food right now. Yeah.
Johnny, we don't. I didn't give you enough money to buy 10,000 right now. So I don't want that. I don't want to.
You saw you have the money? Give me the money. Yikes.
I don't want to get the guy too excited because we cannot buy 10,000 right now. But
let's start with a dozen.
Yeah, we'll start with we'll get things going, and hopefully this inspires others. And we've been getting people that have been tagging us. We're asking our listeners, buy tacos, tag us in the tacos, hashtag 10K for LA, as we are attempting to, as a community, eat 10,000 tacos over the next few days and do our small part to help people that are struggling right now.
Johnny, what are the best tacos they got there? Because they probably got like carne asada, pollo, but then they've got like beef tongue and tripe and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have lengua. They have tortas also too. But I'm always going for al pastor. That's the one I always love to get at parties.
They got the pineapple trick. They do. I like that pineapple trick. The al pastor.
Do you guys have the pineapple trick?
Oh, I don't have to ask that question. No,
they said, yeah.
They said, let's see the money first again.
All right.
We're not swingers here.
Johnny's asleep with that guy's wife now.
Johnny's going to get violated at the taco truck.
All right, well, 10K for Johnny's D. That's what we would say.
All right, well, Johnny, thanks, Johnny.
Johnny, bring back some tacos and we can all celebrate together, all right?
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Leo's Tacos are fire, according to the text line. I'm not too far away. I'm going to head over there and have some tacos for breakfast. Let's go. 1 million tacos. If we do 1 million tacos, will Klein pierce his penis? No. What? No. What are we talking about here?
Or his tajinas.
All right. Listen, it's been an eventful day, to say the very least. Please enjoy some tacos today, not just on Tuesday, but all week long. Let's keep this going, and just let us know. Vanessa's going to keep the tally going on back there. She's been keeping track during the show. Do we want to get an official check of the tally right now? These are all people that have pledged or gotten tacos already this morning.
I know we've gotten a ton of pledges on text. I haven't been monitoring our socials.
Vanessa,
or the
our goal is 10,000 tacos in L.A. We'd like to do it. It'd be nice to get it done by the end of the week, but where are we currently at right now? Don't sugarcoat it. Give us the real number.
Due to the fact that it's 10:40, we're about 5.
Okay.
Wait, 5?
There are more people that have pledged their tacos.
500?
Well, pledging, I thought I was looking for photos of tacos.
Yeah, that's got to be pictures only. And I know a lot of taco places don't even open till now. 500, you're saying?
5 tacos. So
5.
5 tacos, guys. Let's get to Let's get to 10,000. Let's do it.
All right, there's the hype you needed.
Anytime we're not feeling motivated, we're going to go to Vanessa to keep pumping us up.
All right.
Tacos for lunch, tacos for dinner.
All right, we got it. Well said.
Centenarians.
That's right. I bet she couldn't have done it that
dinner,
time.
but she can say centenarians.
All right, let's get out of here. Takeaways from today's show.
Are they serving brains? Johnny should get one of those.
Oh,
tacos.
yeah. I wonder if they have any brain tacos. Johnny should get one of those for sure. Is that possible? Maybe they could just smash him in the head with a spatula. All right, what do we got? Takeaways from today's show.
Okay, 818, my takeaway is Guava Girls for life. 213, my takeaway is Klein likes his man wonders. 626, my takeaway is Pazookies are better than BJ's. And 909, my takeaway is Centenarian.
If you don't know what we're talking about, check out the complete show, available wherever your podcast. Just search Klein Alley Show or search KROQ. Thank you in advance for downloading and subscribing. And I know a lot of you are new to the show, perhaps, don't know our voices, and probably hate what you're hearing right now, but you're too lazy to change the station. Give it 3 days, and then I think you'll come around. Or at least you will then make the wise decision to change the station forever.
310 also had a takeaway. Get him, Joanne!
Gotta get him, Joanne. Gotta get him. Jake, what's your takeaway, bud?
Allie does a great big tooth.
She does a great impression of the girl with big teeth.
Come on, Alan.
She does
We're going to
great.
be together forever.
Spoil every one of your
wrong?
favorite shows.
Why are you so sad?
Omar, you got a takeaway?
Yeah, my takeaway is no snot rockets in the pool.
No snot rockets. That's the official new pool rule of 2025. Let's go ahead and spread it. If you have a Sharpie, you can add it to whatever pool rule list you see at any pool you go to. People will appreciate you. Allie, you got a takeaway?
Say something.
Say something. We'll do it tomorrow. We will try to do it better. If you need us in the meantime, you can find us on the GOAT line 844-956-GOAT, on social media at Klein Alley Show. And that is it for us. All right, bye.
Klein Alley Show.